Oh, what a night with this plane accident up in D.C. Welcome, everybody. Wish we could start the program on a happier note, but you can't ignore what happened up in D.C. last night. An American Airlines regional jet was on approach, landing at Reagan National, DCA. It looks like a Black Hawk helicopter just rammed into it while the airplane was on final approach.
Terrible.
So we'll get into the details on that. When I saw the video, and it was pretty quick that the video popped up of like a DC Horizon cam. It might have been Earth cam or something. Just a fixed camera on the horizon over the Potomac, and you see the lights of the American Airlines regional jet, CRJ 700. I've been on that aircraft many times. I'm sure many of our listeners have been on that smaller commercial regional jet, and you can see the lights of the plane making an approach, and then you see from the left side of the screen another aircraft, which was this Black Hawk, this Sikorsky U.S. Army helicopter, just run right into the American Airlines jet. You see the flash in midair, awful. And the minute I saw that, I said there are no survivors. At this point, I don't know if they've started calling it a recovery, but last night it was search and rescue.
Yeah.
But I didn't think there was any way that anyone was going to survive that. And as far as the number of people, the American Airlines regional jet, it's like an American Eagle typically is what's on the side of that.
Was it coming in from Kansas?
Yeah, from Wichita. And then it turns out that there were apparently members of the figure skating community on that aircraft. So details have come out overnight, and it looks like there might have been U.S. and Russian figure skaters, and they were at some event in Wichita, Kansas, where the flight was coming from, Wichita to Washington, D.C. What's just chilling is there are reports that there were family members at the airport waiting for their loved ones to arrive to pick them up at the airport.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's every plane.
I know. It just when you hear those stories, it just sends a chill down your spine. So the total number of victims, it appears to be 67, because the American Airlines jet had 60 passengers, a crew of 4, so you would imagine captain, first officer, 2 flight attendants, and 60 passengers is 64, and then the Army Black Hawk helicopter had 3. So total of 67, which I'm sure all souls are lost. It's a terrible day. The airport obviously shut down immediately. They started diverting flights. I know that a bunch of flights got diverted to Dulles.
Yeah.
I would imagine maybe some flights got diverted to Baltimore, Washington. But I think primarily a lot of the flights were diverted to Dulles. But, and nation's capital, it's tricky, busy airspace. But, if I were to guess right off the bat, it just seems like it's a combination air traffic controller error as well as a visual error maybe from the Black Hawk. I don't know how the Black Hawk did not see the American Airlines. If I were, listen, and a lot of things change, and in air crashes, a lot of what is assumed early sometimes doesn't come to fruition. But it seems to me that the American Airlines jet probably had no fault in this. They were cleared. They were on approach. And I just don't see where the American Airlines jet made an error. And I tend to, at this point, lean toward air traffic control. And then it was a clear night.
Yeah, it was a beautiful night.
The Black Hawk not being able to maintain a visual, it's just a very, very preventable accident, it seems, in what happened in D.C. last night. Just insane. And you've got multiple videos that are coming out. You know, you have the Earth Cam video, which is kind of a horizon shot over the Potomac.
Right.
And that's just chilling to watch that. And then there's some other video that's emerging. I've seen some other cell phone video, maybe from the airport, that somebody might have taken. So I will deal with a couple of other aspects of this during the course of the show. But just a tragic, seemingly preventable situation. Washington, D.C., of all places. You know, the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, they have something called the GO Team. And it's a rotation of staff members with all kinds of expertise in the various aspects of, flying. Human factors, power plant. I mean, just all. And they're called the GO Team because they are essentially on call and ready to go and get to a crash location. And in this case, the NTSB GO Team doesn't have far to go because it's right there in their backyard. Just an absolute tragedy. Yeah. All right, so Howard Franklin Bridge is open. Howard Franklin southbound 275. Seemingly, I guess the overnight installation of the new message board sign for the new southbound Howard Franklin seemingly went well. I guess no glitches because I don't know what time the interstate actually. Andrew, do you know what time the interstate actually opened up? Did it open up at 5 or did they get the job done early? Any idea, buddy?
What time it actually opened?
Say it again. You
I
don't know?
don't know what time it actually opened.
What time did you drive over?
I came across the Gandhi at around 4:30.
Oh, so all right, yeah. So you obviously took the Gandhi, but they installed this new message board, and you can see it as you get over to the St. Pete side. You'll see the truss, the big, aluminum truss, and then there's a new rectangular electronic message board, which they obviously haven't turned on yet, but that's now in place. So it appears that no glitches. Seems like the installation went well overnight. And if you're wondering, I haven't heard Michelle's voice yet. Have you seen the video, Fester?
It was the first thing I saw this morning.
Oh, my God.
And I'm very disturbed by it.
I'm very disturbed by it. I had nightmares last night. If you want to know why Michelle is not here after her facial laser treatment, I knew when we were talking about this yesterday, and we took a bunch of callers saying, yeah, Michelle should come in after the laser treatment. Let's see what she looks like. I knew that it was pretty iffy.
Yeah, she wasn't going to come in.
If she was going to make it. If you want to see why, before we get into the discussion, if you want to see why Michelle is not here, go to my Instagram and see the chilling video I shot last night. Certified MJ Radio. Go look at the video when you get a chance. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and you'll see exactly why Michelle is not here this morning. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow for great content like that. Certified MJ Radio. 6:09, just getting rolling. MJ Morning Show on Q105. Back in minutes.
No major.
MJ Morning Show. Michelle did not make it in this morning. She had her laser profractional skin procedure yesterday. This is the lower portion of her face. And, well, if you want to take a look at the video on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, when you get a chance, that will tell the story on why Michelle did not make it in today. We'll see if she makes it in tomorrow. I also had to move her workout appointment, because we work out on Mondays and Thursdays. We do the X-Force body, which I've been doing it now for like 2 years with Michelle. So, if I'm doing something for 2 years, that should tell you something, because I've got the attention span of a gnat.
So did they do just half of her face?
Well, no.
It's like the lower quadrant?
Yeah, so dude, are you listening? She had the nose up done last week, and that's like almost all healed.
Right, but I was thinking she'd be like a red beard, and instead it's not. I thought she'd have the whole bottom half done.
Oh, she did. So it's just that whatever reason, there's just more stuff on the right side of her face. But no, both sides of the face below the nose. So the second half of her procedure. Anyway, so that's why Michelle's not here. However, there is a story that I'll try to get her on the phone at 7:45 to tell the Uber story. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to tell the Uber story yesterday, but Michelle had a very interesting Uber encounter the other day, so that's coming up in just a bit. Hey, so I had this item yesterday. I just did not get around to it.
All right.
We just can't get to everything. You ought to see, every day I've got a stack of stuff that I just did not get to, and some of it I just toss. But, a good amount I can just get to the next day that it's still, evergreen material or whatever. So one of the items that I did not get to yesterday was the latest wood chipper accident.
Oh, no.
Here in Florida.
That's not good.
But I just want to point out that I had at least 25 or 30 people send me the link to the story. So tons. What is it about wood chippers that, I guess we've talked about wood chipper accidents over the years on the show. And,
I guess we have.
Yeah, and people just seem to rush to send me any wood chipper accident.
Well, we have a whole legion of very well-conditioned listeners that know when they hear something, the first person they think of, MJ, is you.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, I got to send this to MJ right away.
So it's either an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com, or people send me DMs on Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. So I'm telling you, I was flooded with these, and it was yesterday and the day before. So it's like maybe 30 people altogether over a 2-day span. MJ, did you see this? Yeah, listen.
Yeah, we saw it.
If it's a wood chipper story, I have alerts set up. I'm awakened out of my sleep if something hits the news overnight.
Ask me anything about wood chippers.
I don't know.
We know.
And maybe one of the reasons why the wood chipper stories are so fascinating, possibly because I've loved the movie Fargo for years.
Yes, absolutely.
But also, unbelievably, Julian, was it Julian or Chloe? Oh, it was Chloe. No, it was T-ball. It was baseball. No, it was T-ball. So, but they both played T-ball. I can't remember. So it was either Chloe or Julian, and this goes back to early T-ball days, where one of the parents that Chloe played on a team with, I think it was Chloe, one of the parents, the father, is one of the premier wood chipper accident attorneys in the nation.
Was he on the defense or the...
He's defense.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he is defense for the wood chipper manufacturing industry. Who would have thunk it?
That's a job.
You've got a lawyer whose specialty is defending wood chipper companies when a lawn guy gets sucked into the thing, which, listen, it's terrible.
That'd be a great movie.
But that seems to be, maybe that's part of the reason, maybe it's a catalyst as to why, the wood chipper story. Anyway, so yeah, all you sickos out there that rush to send me the link, hey, MJ, you see this? You see this? Listen, I don't want to see wood chipper accident stories really, because it means that somebody had a really, 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 really bad day. So ideally, I just, would prefer to, not see a wood chipper
Can't you
story.
just thank the people for thinking about you?
Yeah, well, I guess I could.
Cause you had a bad day.
Oh, come on. Oh, God. Oh, man. And you know what? It never seems to be they just lost some fingers or they lost their arm up to the elbow.
No.
It just seems that when you hear about a wood chipper story,
There's no getting out.
it's in its entirety, which, again, Fargo. Holy crap. And it's a Florida story.
How'd they get pulled in?
A guy got caught in a wood chipper. This is in South Florida, Ocean Ridge Town Hall. The guy was on a tree trimming project at the town hall in Ocean Ridge. That's down in Miami. It's I'm trying to think exactly what, but it's the Miami area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Miami Beach-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
North of Boca?
Maybe
North of Delray Beach?
maybe you know what? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it is Boca. I don't know. Ocean Ridge.
Yeah.
I thought it was somewhere in Miami. Maybe it's Broward.
It's south of West Palm, north of Delray
Okay,
Beach.
all right. So, Ocean Ridge, Florida, I don't think is on the top of people's minds like, West Palm or Boca or
No.
Fort Lauderdale.
Looks like a small seaside town.
All right. So, you know what? Maybe I was confusing with that seaside. All right. So, yeah. Hey, can you imagine this happens on like City Hall property? Guys like, trimming trees and then get sucked right in. Somehow he got caught in the wood chipper. The reports say he was pulled in head first.
This is awful.
Yeah, terrible
Was
story.
he wearing a bracelet or did his glove get caught?
I don't know.
Do you have one of those big old dookie rope chains on?
I don't know. But again, at least 30 MJ Morning Show listeners sent me the link to the story. MJ, like they're all excited about this. I'm not excited. I wish I did see wood chipper stories, but for whatever reason.
I don't think they were happy excited. I mean, I think they were excited to have something to show you that we might talk about on the show.
Yeah. And you know what? Whenever I see a wood chipper story, it
Yeah.
keeps me away from like a chipped beef sandwich for a couple of weeks.
SOS.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah. Kind of keeps me away.
cream gravy, some chip beef.
Oh boy! All right, this is also. Look, I don't know if it's gross or disgusting, but I don't know what the deal is. But the last couple of days, I've had numerous stories about this bodily function pop up in my news feed.
Okay. Did you talk about it or search for it?
No,
Because your phone hears you.
Absolutely not. I did not mention this. I didn't talk about it. Unless I can't confirm whether I might have said something in my sleep.
Did I talk about it
No,
near you?
no. I don't think anyone talked about it, but this has just popped up. It's the bodily function of gleeking.
Wow.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what gleeking is?
Isn't that like spit talking? Or
Well, you're close.
some kind of moisture coming out of your mouth?
Yeah, it's some people can shoot a spitball out of their mouth from a salivary gland, usually under the tongue, because your mouth has a number of salivary glands, obviously that provide saliva in your mouth, and I don't know what.
How weird is that?
I don't know what the cause is, but in my feed, the last what is today, Thursday? Yeah, maybe since Tuesday, I've had 2 stories pop up in my feed about gleeking. And that's when you can kind of make a mouth movement and you can get a little spray, almost like a little bitty irrigation system. Almost
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it before. I don't know that I've ever met a gleeker. Is that the right word?
A gleeker?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Now, I don't know if I'd use a traditional spit talker as an example of a gleeker.
Okay.
I think that you can probably hit somebody you're talking to with a gleek, but again, if you take like your tongue and you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and if you like you like do a little forceful thing from underneath your tongue.
Like you shoot a venom or something?
Yeah, I mean, you know, and some people can shoot a little spit wad out of the salivary gland and make it like, you know, squirt across the room. Well, maybe not that far. But again, I don't know why 2 gleeking stories have come up in my news feed. What did I do?
Okay, I think I might have an explanation.
What?
Gleeking,
Yep.
or videos of people who are gleekers,
Yes.
have now been the latest thing that's on these social media video sites.
Is that it?
Yes. So sites like TikTok and YouTube
Oh.
Reels or Shorts have now people.
Oh, hold on. What is gleeking? And so Fester's on the Guardian. That's not one of my sources. What is gleeking, and why is the saliva ejecting craze blowing up on TikTok?
So you,
But I'm not on TikTok.
right? But you got headline stories of other news articles reporting. I mean, your news feed is essentially news stories that, or potential things that we might talk about on the show, or potentially. So it's just the gleeking. It's a big deal.
Should we go to the Gleek phones later on? The Gleek lines.
The new phones are waterproof, right? You sure?
All right. Anyway, so just weird stuff. Are you a gleeker? Did you even know that was a word? GL. You know what? That needs to be a word at the next script spelling bee.
I mean, that'd be an early round word.
The word is gleeking.
Yes, can you use that in a sense, please?
It's 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news. Well, listen, every day there's a great pile because there is no shortage of imbeciles. So that's why we have morons in the news every morning. And that is, people love this. This is one of the favorite. I was out last night at Armature Works, and I had 2 people tell me, oh, man, I love morons in the news. All right, so morons in the news is next, so you'll love it. 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's talk about my friends at International Diamond Center, IDC. Here we go at 6:42. This is the MJ Morning Show segment that makes you feel better about yourself, because these people are such idiots that even if you're having a bad day, this is just going to make you feel better because of the predicament that some of these peeps are in. All right, are you ready, Fester?
Absolutely.
All right. Here's a DUI story. This is out of the Villages. Again, the Villages news. Oh, the Bologna attack story from yesterday.
Yes.
That's starting to get picked up by more mainstream national sources. But, of course, you heard it here first yesterday on the MJ Morning Show. This was an attack up near the Villages with a bologna sandwich, which resulted in a battery charge.
Yes, for your breaking bologna news.
See,
You can count on the MJ
I
Morning
think it's
Show.
more of a baloney charge, because if it were a battery charge, that would be somebody throwing like a car battery at somebody's head, or even a couple of Duracell D cells, But so
We'll let the judge decide if it's baloney or not.
yesterday it was a baloney attack. There was an argument over a Sony PlayStation. I guess two roommates. So one roommate's playing PS5 PlayStation in his room and making too much noise. So the other roommate goes in and yanks the PlayStation, the PS5 out of the wall or whatever, yanks it, the wires, and tries to grab a thing. And then it culminates where one of the guys threw a bologna sandwich at the other and hit him in the chest.
When was the last time you had a good bologna sandwich? Or any bologna sandwich?
Dude, I haven't had a bologna sandwich since fourth grade, all right?
The same
All right?
thing, yeah.
I think fourth grade was the last time I had a bologna sandwich.
It's really an underappreciated
Come on,
cold cut.
what adults eat bologna?
Bologna. It seems like something my grandfather would have had in his lunch box, lunch pail, a bologna sandwich.
You know, I'm not much of a processed meat eater. You know, I'm a carnivore, man. I love a good steak. But listen, if you're a regular to the MJ Morning Show, you've heard me mention that I probably have red meat maybe once a month. And I love a great cheeseburger, man.
Yeah.
Give me a perfectly marbled USDA prime ribeye.
This is nothing like that, though. This is bologna.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell's in bologna.
Everything that's not in parts of that you can eat, all the remnants.
All right, so another story from the Villages News. If you're celebrating hitting the winning run in an adult softball league,
Right.
don't get hammered at a bar after the game and then drive home drunk. Kind of puts a damper on the celebration, doesn't it?
Was he still in his little softball uniform?
Oh, yeah. Oh, number 15.
Oh.
I'm telling you, I'm holding it up. Look, I'm holding it up to MJ TV right now. Look at this. He's number 15. And listen, there's nothing funny about DUI. And, I mean, just come on. 61-year-old dude. Oh, Stuart Paul Hillowitz.
Oh, Mr. Hillowitz.
Yeah. A softball player who hit the winning run earlier in the day was arrested on a charge of driving under the influence after a crash in the Villages. I think we've got audio of the crash. Yes, we do. Hang on a minute. Very chaotic. Yeah, Stuart Paul Hillowitz, 61 years old, was driving a silver Ford Escape when he rear-ended a black Ford pickup. Oh, Ford on Ford. Tell you what.
Not good at all.
Go to Veterans Ford, folks. I'm telling you, it's worth the drive. From the Villages, Veterans Ford. Go see Lorenzo and the team.
Yeah, just sober up first there, Mr. Hillowitz.
Yeah. So if you want to get a new Ford Escape, Veterans Ford, and then whoever was in the F-150 pickup, well, it was a black Ford pickup. I'm assuming it was F-150, which is the best-selling vehicle in America for, I think, 300 years running.
That's about right.
If I'm not mistaken.
I think Washington had one.
Yeah, he did.
Across the Delaware.
He did. He was picked up in a Ford pickup.
He was.
It was an F-150.
Yeah, he was all pissed off about having to take this little boat across the river just to get a nice truck on the other side.
Yeah, I think it was the Lariat edition.
Yeah, it was.
It was. So, Ford on Ford, man. Guy rams into a vehicle in front of him. Hillowitz said that he'd been playing softball that morning. This happened Monday, so earlier this week. He was playing softball at the Soaring Eagle softball complex up in the Villages. He hit the winning run and had one beer. Okay. Yeah. So my lovely wife, Michelle, a former Hillsborough County prosecutor, and, she cut her teeth. She worked some juvie cases early. Then, she moved on to some misdemeanor cases and, DUIs. I mean, Michelle did a lot. And I learned this a long time ago, that whenever anyone's pulled over, it's, I had a couple of beers. That's like, so
just a couple.
He said he only had one. Sure.
I'm looking at his mug shot. Looks like he's had a lot more than one.
Right. So, that's one of the things, when police will pull somebody over and they're suspected of drunk drive. Hey, have you had anything to drink tonight? I had a couple of beers a couple hours ago. Oh, yeah. So that's you ask any cop. Yeah. 2 beers. That's like the most common response. 2 beers. Yeah, and then he also said that he was taking medication for Parkinson's disease. Yeah. Oh. And he said he takes the Oopa Loopa pills. This is in the police report.
Oopa Loopa pills.
What the hell are Oopa Loopa pills?
I've never heard of that before. Is that something from like a chocolate factory or something? Because that's what Oopa Loopa?
I don't know. Hey, Andrew, do you have the Oopa Loopa song or the Oompa Loompa song? All right, so here it is. So he takes medication also for Parkinson's. He said he takes the Oopa Loopa pills, UPALOOPA pills, 4 times a day and is able to drive. Yeah, a deputy determined that the pills were not actually Oopa Loopa. Any pharmacists listening?
What is that?
Do you learn about Oopa Loopa pills in pharmacy school? Up at USF or UF or wherever?
Wherever.
Does USF have a pharmacy school?
USF, I believe it does. They have a big medical program at USF.
Yeah. No, I know that, but I was just curious if they had a pharmacy. I know that UF does. So I was worried about USF. All right, so the deputy determined that the actual drug was not called Oopa Loopa pills, but it was clonazepam. Clonazepam.
It sounds like a familiar drug.
Yeah.
Clonazepam? I don't know.
Hillowitz struggled to maintain his balance during field sobriety exercises. All right, here's where his claim of one beer is effing ridiculous. He blew twice. The first one was a .29. The second one was a .27.
That's not good.
No.
That's really, really drunk. That's what? 4 times the legal limit? 3.5 times the legal limit?
No, well, what did I say?
0.27?
Yeah,
.24?
.029. Did I leave the zero out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right. So
that makes a big difference.
I'm sorry.
That's some fake news
All
here.
right,
You leave one little decimal
I'm
point.
sorry. Correction.
Right.
A .029, a .0. Listen, he clearly had more than one beer. Anyway, arrested on a charge of driving under the influence. So you're celebrating the big winning run, the winning hit in the softball game, and you go out and you get a little loaded up. And I don't know what this is, but I got a couple of like high-speed speeding stories. Number one, a Connecticut man clocked going over 130 miles an hour on the interstate. And when he was finally pulled over, he told the Connecticut state troopers, I was just trying to go home to see my cat.
You know,
It's Catter Day.
the responsibilities of pet ownership, very serious ones.
You know what? It was time for the Friskies buffet. I was late getting my cat the Friskies buffet.
You know what? I mean, I think his cat likes Fancy Feast.
Oh,
a little bit more.
Fancy
Yeah,
Feast,
so
yeah.
something a little different. Does he get home to see the cat?
Yeah, a guy told state police that he was driving over 130 miles an hour on I-395 in Norwich, Connecticut, because he wanted to get home to see his cat. Also facing DUI and reckless driving. A trooper was conducting speed enforcement, and suddenly a car goes by at over 130 miles an hour.
That's really fast.
Oh, my God. And it was a Kia sedan.
What?
I had no idea that a Kia could do over 130 miles an hour.
If you would have asked me to guess what car, I wouldn't have guessed a Kia in 20 times.
Get that thing in the Daytona 500 this year. Holy crap. So the trooper attempted to catch up to the vehicle to initiate a traffic stop. Once behind the Kia, the trooper activated their emergency lights. The driver complied, pulled over. Once stopped, the trooper made contact with the driver, 28-year-old Logan Mirmofzafari.
That's a hell of a name.
Logan Mirmozafari. I think I nailed it.
You know what? I think you did.
Mirmo Zafari. When the trooper asked him, why are you driving so fast? He said that he wanted to get home to see his cat. And then while speaking, he was showing signs of impairment, smell of alcohol, glossy eyes, slurred speech. He submitted to a field sobriety test, and he failed.
No, I'm looking at this Kia K5. It looks like a pretty fast vehicle.
I want to see you in a Kia doing 130 miles an hour plus. All right. So, all right, here's the second story. 94-year-old guy, 94, pulled over for going 106 miles an hour on an Oregon interstate. And would you guess male or female 94-year-old?
I would guess a male.
No, it's a female.
I had one guess.
It's a female driving 106 miles an hour in Oregon, and also failing to secure a child passenger. So apparently, like a great grandchild child in the car?
At her age, it might be a great,
my-
great, great grandchild.
Oh my God, 94. So there's a kid in the car. The kid was not strapped in and then wouldn't pull over, failing to yield for the emergency vehicle once they got behind. Man, hot rod grandma, 94 years old.
What do you do to grandma in this case?
I think you clearly cuff and stuff her. That's
Hog tire and throw in the back of the squad car?
pepper sprayer.
Leave grandma alone.
All right, 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. There we go. Early Morons in the News. 7 o'clock hour starts next. Oh, we got to go through the latest gender reveal disaster scene.
What happened?
Hang on. Listen, Andrew, do you have a list of gender reveals gone bad? Because I've got the latest gender reveal gone bad. And then we probably ought to recap some of the previous gender reveals. Oh, and guess which soda is making a comeback? This thing like disappeared for decades. A soda that most of you probably remember is coming back. Which one? Tell you next. MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Is this being overused and overplayed like in stadiums across the country, Fester? You hear this a lot, like in between innings, like at a baseball game or, in an NFL matchup, you'll hear like the music playing on the PA system.
Why are you doing that?
In the background. What?
I've never noticed it before, and now it's all I'm going to notice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
What is it,
Seven Nation Army, yeah. I like it as a rejoiner. All right, 7:03 at the MJ Morning Show. Fester, this applies to you. It does not apply to me.
Oh.
I'm just curious. Now, I don't know if you've done this, but it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't, because I do consider you a tech-tard.
As do I. I would put myself in that category.
You are an Apple iPhone user. Were you aware of the emergency iOS security update that came down, I guess, earlier this week? I just want to make sure you did download it.
Nope.
Are you still on iOS like 12.1?
Something like that. It works really slow. I'm really surprised. No, I went to my settings screen and I saw a bunch of red alerts of things I have to do.
And of course, you just ignore them.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
It's lunchtime.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. I ain't got time for that.
Old Sweet Brown.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, I guess an Apple update was released. Was it earlier this week? Let's see. What's the date on this?
What does it do?
I guess it's a security threat that they had to patch the cyber threats due to flaw. Apple has released the iOS 18.3 system update along with a warning to install it immediately.
Oh, great.
Fester, install it immediately.
I'll get right on that.
It erases vulnerabilities that are being exploited by cyber criminals.
I like to be a little vulnerable.
This update brings improvements to visual intelligence along with other enhancements, bug fixes, security updates for your iPhone. These updates reportedly include more than 20 patches to digital Achilles heels. I want the Medusa patch. Is what I want.
turn into stone every time I get a call.
Exactly. All right, so, dude, download your iOS patch.
I'll get right on that.
Yeah, I do my monthly updates. Again, there's that weird, like, almost like a fix. Almost like I would imagine. I've never done heroin. Apparently, RFK Jr. was an addict. Did you see that yesterday?
I saw
it
a
came
little
out.
bit of it.
RFK Jr. was hooked on heroin for 14 years or something. I mean, some crazy. It's like ridiculous. It's like, what?
I saw that Caroline Kennedy came forward and said that his dorm room was like the place for drugs.
Like a drug den?
Yeah, like he was the guy
Holy
that knew how to
crap.
get everything.
It's unbelievable. What was I just saying?
Something about political people doing drugs?
No. I was talking about, for me, and we've talked about this.
The iOS.
Yeah.
the updates.
For me, with updates, I'm a Google phone. I'm an Android. I use the Google Pixel 8 Pro is my latest. And I skipped the 9. I'll probably do the 10. We'll see. But I'm like... I'm addicted to the updates. And look, we had a discussion about this. It's like, what is it that's so satisfying about installing your firmware update or your monthly update and watching like the progress bar creep along like a freaking snail?
You're so weird. In no way does that give me any satisfaction. If anything, I'm pissed off at how slow how long it's taking and how slow it's going.
I have a gender reveal warning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is... Apparently, we have a whole list of these, gender reveals that have gone bad, and there's one that's awful. There's one that's absolutely terrible. At that point, cancel the baby. Well, maybe I shouldn't say.
Okay, let's rethink that whole sentence.
All right, maybe. Let me take that back.
We redact the last couple of seconds of the show.
So here's the deal. I have a story about another gender reveal going bad. Apparently, they had some kind of a concoction with dry ice. So they had a whole bunch of dry ice, and the dry ice in the reveal was supposed to spit out the dry ice smoke, but colored pink or blue. And I guess the gender reveal was done in a small room, and the dry ice sucked all of the air out, or it filled the room with carbon dioxide,
replacing the oxygen.
Yeah,
and you couldn't breathe.
And the people were choking; they were gasping for breath.
Oh my God, it's awful.
Yeah, this is not a good gender reveal. Where in a confined, tight room, you're using chunks of dry ice, and you fill the room with dry ice carbon dioxide, and people are like choking out. It's like they're suffering from hypoxia.
Yeah,
They can't. I mean, they can't breathe.
A lot of things have to be used in a well-ventilated area. Dry ice is apparently one of those things.
Yeah. Amy and Brad Hamer. Oh, they were so excited.
I mean, they seem like a lovely couple. Look at this.
Gender reveal. It was like a small living room. They got a whole bunch of friends in there. So it looks like there's a couple of dozen people in this small room, and they're all competing for like breaths of air. And then you fill the room with chunks of dry ice. And then the pink smoke comes out, and then the people are like nearly fainting because there's no air to breathe because the whole room is filled with carbon dioxide. My God. I thought I remember hearing a story that like some fast food worker in a restaurant suffocated. They were in like a back room, and one of the carbon dioxide tanks for the soda machine.
Oh, no.
That it like blew a valve, and it filled the whole space with carbon dioxide, and all the breathable air was gone. And I thought that I remember they like suffocated. I mean, who would have thunk a soda machine, and its components can kill you? All right, so
look, she posted a video of the gender reveal.
Oh yeah,
and you could see her family gagging outside of the house at the end of the video.
Oh yeah. All right, so here's the gender reveal. Is this the right one?
This is it.
Okay.
This is all the smoke the family.
Right. All right, so it's all happy and joyful until all the guests can't breathe.
Grandma needs oxygen masks or
So
something.
they're welcoming a new kid into the world, but they lost a couple of grannies and great aunts.
You know, that's the way it goes. It's a circle of life right
No,
there.
you know, one of the worst gender reveal stories that I can remember was a small plane that was buzzing over an outdoor space.
I was like in the Caribbean or Mexico or something.
You know,
I remember that a little bit.
Andrew, did you pull this here? Mexico. The most recent case, Andrew pulled a little blurb from here. Gender reveal party of an unidentified Mexican couple used a plane to reveal the baby's gender. So like a crop duster, instead of like, you know, spraying them with malathion or something.
just douse my family with
some kind of carcinogenic chemical.
Colored
No,
pesticide.
so the plane is supposed to fly over and either stream pink smoke for the girl, blue smoke for the boy, and the plane, it flies over, it streams the pink smoke, and then the plane does like a roll and then crashes like a couple of 100 yards away into the ground.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, some of these baby reveals are awful.
I remember one time they had like some kind of like fireworks and it started
Oh, yeah.
a massive wildfire.
I have that.
Okay.
In September of 2020, a wildfire was sparked in San Bernardino, California, as a result of a gender reveal party. The expecting couple, Refugio Manuel Jimenez Jr. and Angela Renee Jimenez, decided to use a colored smoke bomb as a means of announcing their unborn baby's gender. While doing so, something special and memorable, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, the Jimenez family chose a scorching hot day to attempt the stunt, and the dry shrub in the area caught fire, and the fires raged for 23 days. 23,000 acres were burned, scorched, because they had a gender reveal smoke bomb that went awry, and they started a 23,000-acre fire. 5 homes and 15 other buildings were destroyed.
It's terrible.
Oh, my God. That's insane. Hey, here's another one. Grandmother killed by inadvertently made pipe bomb at gender reveal party. Where the hell? Des Moines, Iowa. This is some time ago. A soon-to-be grandmother killed at a gender reveal party in Iowa was struck in the head by shrapnel after her family inadvertently created a pipe bomb to announce the impending baby news. What, they go get a pipe and little screw-on caps at Home Depot, and what they do?
I mean, you can watch a couple of YouTube videos and figure out how to make something that blows up.
Pamela Krymeyer, 56, was taken out at her home near Des Moines, Iowa, when the homemade gender reveal contraption that contained gunpowder exploded, sending pieces of flying metal into her face and head.
Do you
My
really,
God.
you really need to bring out gunpowder?
Holy frig. All right, listen, folks. Just, cancel all gender reveal. Just say, hey, we're having a girl.
That's
Or you know what? Or you do the surprise deal. Michelle and I had no idea. When we went to see the OBGYN, from the first ultrasounds, where, a lot of times, at some point they can tell, when you got a little, binky coming off they could. So Michelle and I, we told the OBGYN and the techs early on, and they mark your file. So they will mark your file, does not want to know, do not reveal sex. And for both of our kids, we had no idea. When Chloe was born, the fact that she was a girl on August 20th, 2001.
No clue.
No clue. We found out as soon as Chloe was delivered at St. Joe's Women's Hospital. That's when we found out that we were having a girl. And the same thing with Julian. July 4th, born on the 4th of July, 2004. Little Julian. Had no idea he was a boy until he popped right out.
Like, whoa, what's that
Yep.
thing?
So that's what I would recommend. Hey, guess what soft drink is making a comeback?
So when you said soft drink, I don't know, but I'm thinking one in particular that I've been hoping would make a comeback for a long time.
The last time I had this, I believe, was 1987. I think I remember having one at the radio station that I worked at in Virginia Beach. I think it was at 97 Star WGHFM. And at that point, we were in the Pembroke One building at the corner of Independence and Virginia Beach Boulevard, right across from Pembroke Mall. So that's where our studios were, Pembroke One building. And for some reason, I remember drinking this drink. You know when you have memories and you can remember exactly. A lot of times it's with songs.
Very
and,
specific.
Yeah, you're driving down and you hear a song and then it triggers. Oh man, I was 6 years old on the Palisades Parkway in New York when I remember hearing this song. You can even like place yourself like visually in the car and passing stuff.
Yeah.
I remember, for whatever reason, I remember it might have been the first time I tried this was at the radio station. I don't know if like a promo team brought them in. So it seems to me, Fester, that you thought you had the answer, but then when I said 87, that you're like, oh, maybe it doesn't work out.
I was thinking Surge soda.
Surge soda.
Remember Surge? It was like Mountain Dew except like double the caffeine or something.
Hey, you're close, dude. Let me give you a hint. All right.
I remember now. Okay, I remember Jolt.
Yes.
Jolt soda.
Jolt Cola.
It was in the red
Yeah,
can.
it's like all the sugar and double the caffeine or something. I think that was their slogan. Jolt Cola's making a comeback.
That's exactly what we've been missing. Yes, bring it back.
Yeah. Listen, look, before there was Red Bull, the energy drink founded in 1987 was Jolt Cola, the original American energy drink.
Was it even good? I'm trying to.
It tasted like like a store brand cola.
Okay.
And I didn't like instantly start vibrating.
Oh, what the hell happened to him? Oh, he had a Jolt Cola.
Yeah, I'm jolted.
Give him a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So Jolt Cola filed for bankruptcy in 2009, but now it's making a huge comeback. Jolt Cola's caffeine will be double what it was previously. So now it's quadruple the caffeine. I don't know if it's in stores yet, but I'm hearing that Jolt Cola is going to be remarketed, and Jolt Cola is coming back.
So recently we had an event, and I had a cola-based energy drink.
Yep.
And it was really, really good.
What's the
like
drink?
Celsius or
What's
something.
the drink at Panera that was killing people?
It was like a supercharged
Like
iced tea or lemonade.
Yeah,
or something.
lemonade. Yeah. Because didn't you have like a couple of people like die because of the heavy caffeine load? And I mean, that's the last thing you think. You're gonna go to some freaking shopping center, go to Panera, have a drink, and you're
hold
dead.
on. These people did not have one. They had like
Oh, my.
4 of them. These people were not making smart decisions.
Holy crap. All right, 7:19 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Of course, by now you probably heard about the horrific midair collision up in D.C. last night. Helicopter, U.S. Army Black Hawk, colliding into an American Airlines commuter regional jet. So if you haven't heard the details, a lot of interesting little details on this, but just a total avoidable tragedy. Oh, boy. All right. And then funny stuff, too. A lot of funny stuff. We do. And then why is Michelle not here? Why is Michelle not here? Well, if you want a hint, go look at my Instagram. Look at the video I shot last night. Holy hell. Certified MJ Radio. Why is Michelle not here today when we said that she would be? Look at the video, and I'll give you full details. Coming up, MJ Morning Show on Q105, 102 point, 10, 102 point, I was going to say 102.7, 104.7 FM. Yeah, Say 102.7 FM. Hey,
That's like the first time it's
yeah.
ever happened. You messed
Yeah,
up.
I did. Yeah, Andrew wanted to know if I ever worked for 102. So I
102.7.
did actually. So 104 points. Why did I have 102 in my mind?
I mean, you just gotta get. All you really have to do is get the damn call-in number.
Oh,
right.
you know what? I had a fever recently of 102. No.
Get the frequency right. Get the call letters right. That's
Absolutely.
all you really have to do.
All right. So long. How about a long chunk of MJ next? So stand by. If you are. It is 7:27 at the MJ Morning Show. Right here, right now, we start an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. I met a bunch of listeners last night. Remember I mentioned that I was going to this Lunar New Year huge bluefin tuna cutting special event at Armature Works?
Can you put that all into one sentence without a in the middle of every word?
Yes, I'm trying to describe this thing.
I saw the pictures.
It was incredible.
That fish was as big as I am.
It was. The fish was 350 pounds. A whole 350-pound Spanish Mediterranean caught bluefin tuna. And I'll tell you what, this thing was incredible. It had a lot of fat as well. So you get the toro. And if you're a sushi lover, you know all about toro. You get chu toro, you get o toro, you get the akami. This was a phenomenal fish. And hand roll bar, and Zuku is right next door. This is at Armature Works. And remember, Zuku is also the sushi bar up in Wesley Chapel where Leonard Fournette, where he gave the server the $1,000 tip a couple of years ago.
We got to think of a better way to reference this restaurant than one Buccaneer player visiting.
But they made news.
Okay.
They made national news because of the Leonard Fournette deal when he left the $1,000 tip. So they brought in this bluefin, and Ferdy and the owner invited me and Chloe to stop by and shot a couple of videos. You got to see this thing. It is unbelievable. The video of the fish. This is a massive fish, and it's right in front of their stand, the hand roll bar, and this is where they do sushi hand rolls, and it's just high quality stuff. It's really good stuff, and you got to see the size of this fish. It is unbelievable. Look at this thing.
Did the guy with the knife tell you to get back? Because you're kind of up in his business.
I was not up in his business.
If I were this guy, I'd be like, hey, you.
Anyway, the video,
Step
and
back,
then
kid.
there are two videos. So you'll see the fish, and then the second video is the fish sliced up and and portioned out, and you can see the different cuts, the different qualities of the tuna from this fish. And then I kind of zoom right into Chloe's face as she's eating some sashimi and a hand roll. So the videos are up on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And I hope that the video of Michelle doesn't get you to lose your appetite. Very active on my Instagram last night.
A lot of gore.
Oh,
The
man.
slicing open of a fish.
Michelle's face looks like the slicing open in the bluefin tuna. If you're wondering why Michelle is not here today, well, I'll get into this in greater detail in maybe 15 minutes because I want to call Michelle and see if she can discuss the Uber story. Just a really interesting Uber story that we didn't get to yesterday that I think is, I think it's worthy of discussion. But if you'd like to know why Michelle is not here today, she had that profractional laser skin treatment yesterday. And let's just say that her face looks like a murder scene.
Oh, my God.
I'm looking for the yellow crime scene tape. You know what? I should have gotten a little mini yellow crime scene tape and wrapped it around her head.
Yes. That'd have been great.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah, and had Detective Benson off to the side trying to figure out what's going on.
Kind of like in Dinner for Schmucks. You know, where Steve Carell makes the little miniatures with the little mice and everything.
Yeah.
I could have done a little miniature crime scene with little teeny weeny yellow crime scene tape wrapped around Michelle's head and face. All right, if I'll get into this in more detail, but if you want to get a jump on it, if you want to know why Michelle is not here, holy crap! And where's the thing I printed out? Hold it. I printed out a response. What I do with it? I just saw the damn thing. Anyway, I guess I'll have to paraphrase it. On my Instagram, somebody commented on the Michelle video, and she's lying on the couch last night,
Right.
and she's also doped up on the opioid pain pills that they give you, right? And folks, listen, this will heal nicely. It does look like I OJ'd her, all right?
Yeah, it
but,
does.
But in like 4 or 5 days, her skin is like baby butt smooth, all right? So go ahead and take a look. Somebody commented on my Instagram, oh, my God, this is much worse than I thought.
Yeah, this really is disturbing, man.
Yeah, I printed it out, and I can't find it around here because I wanted to give the name. I'll find it. I'm sure it's in one of my piles. Yeah, I wanted to give out the name of the person.
I've got big issues with you in this video, by the way.
All right. First of all, you know what? I'm not going to, I want to play the audio, but I'll do it, later on in this segment because I want to get Michelle on the phone with the Uber story. So can you save your big issues?
Yeah, I will.
Can you just
I
save
want
it.
Michelle to hear him as well.
Right. But if you want to get a jump on this and want to see, folks, I'm telling you right now, whatever you're imagining Michelle's face looks like after the laser skin treatment, whatever you're imagining,
It's worse.
it's worse. All right.
Whatever you think it is, it's worse.
And she did give me consent to post the video, but I think she might have done it under being doped up on pills. She was all pilled up last night.
That's a portion of my issue with this video.
Right.
And your judgment. And the length of this video. I got a lot of concerns.
Did you hear the music up front?
Yeah.
All right.
I got all kinds of stuff.
And the knife?
I saw the knife. I saw the psycho music.
All right. If you want to get a jump on it, we'll talk about it a little later. Probably I'll have Michelle on within about, 15 minutes or so. All right. If you want to check out the video, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and see the Michelle murder scene.
So when she sees this, she's going to want you to take it down.
Holy crap. We got to get into the plane crash over D.C. last night. Just a terrible story. We'll get into that coming up in just a bit. Hey, on a much lighter note, is this worthy of legislation? A state legislator, not here in Florida, this is in Connecticut.
Okay.
But could this come to Florida next? Will this get serious consideration? Will this be passed and signed by the governor in Connecticut? A new bill that is demanding that movie theaters tell you precisely what time the movie is really gonna start.
I'm not mad at that law.
Instead of like all the popcorn ads and the turn your cell phone and then the 27 minutes of trailers, and
it's like 20 minutes that the movie's delayed.
yeah. So you go to a movie and it lists the movie start at 7 o'clock, and then it's 7:30 before the damn thing even starts. So you've got a legislator, Connecticut State Senator Martin Looney. State Senator Martin Looney, a Democrat from New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, New Haven.
Okay, listen. Not everything's about pizza.
Wooster Street. Ooh, Frank Pepe.
Let me see both your hands.
Sally's a Beats. Oh, you want to see both my hands?
Yeah.
Why do you want to see both my hands?
Because it sounds like you're touching yourself right now.
Because
I mean, seriously, man.
It's New Haven pizza. I love New Haven pizza,
I get it.
man.
We all heard how much you love it.
Yeah, so for me in New Haven, it's it's Frank Pepe, it's Sally. I'm not as much of a modern guy.
Well, maybe you should call this Martin Looney, and maybe the two of you can do a pizza tour in his jurisdiction.
That's a good idea. All right, so if state senator in Connecticut, Martin Looney, has his way, he wants to demand that the movie theaters actually publish the time the movie is really going to start.
This is the kind of thing I want to see out of my legislator. This is awesome. This guy's great.
Looney has proposed a bill that would require movie theaters to advertise both the scheduled start time for the movie trailers and advertisements and the start time of the actual movie itself. Sounds like this guy took his grandkid to see a movie and sat there for 34 minutes of gook before the movie actually started.
And I think with kids' movies, they actually show you more gook.
Oh, yeah.
Just every kid's trailer that's possibly in the works, they're going to show you.
He says this seems to be an abuse of people's time.
It would be like holding somebody hostage.
If they want to get there early and watch the promos, they can. But if they want to just see the feature, they ought to be able to get there just in time for that. Yeah, movie theater owners say that screening of the film includes everything, including previews, advertisements. Patrick H. Gistelnick, executive director of the Avon Theater in Stamford, Connecticut, said his theater relies on that platform. This is kind of a strange bill. We as an independent movie house are financially dependent on our previews as well as our overall messaging, including commercials. We always announce the start time of our screening so that our patrons can enjoy the whole experience. All right. What do you think? Are you for this?
I support this guy.
What?
I mean, is it going to make you? Here's why you don't want to go to a movie theater late, because the best seats are taken, and it's always dark in the theater. They don't turn the lights back on once they turn them down for the previews. So it's a pain in the ass to go to the movie late anyway. But it's nice to know, hey, we only have 10 more minutes of this stuff to watch, these trailers. One after another. Then you watch the dancing box of popcorn and the twerking
hot dogs.
Yeah, right.
Twerking wieners.
Then the silence is golden and shut your phone off.
Yeah, turn your
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just tell me when the movie starts.
All right. I'm not a fan of all the junk up front either. So I tell them. So Michelle and I went to see a movie last Saturday, right in the middle of Gasparilla. All right. So we go Nosferatu. I can't even pronounce the damn thing.
I don't know.
It's the Nosferatu. We went to the vampire thing, and it was great. Phenomenal movie. And, Michelle's one that wants to see all the crap. And I'm like, hey, Michelle, the movie was supposed to start at 11:25, and she's like, well, we got to get there at 11:15. I'm like, why do we have to get there at 11:15? That's 10 minutes before the 30 minutes of all the junk plays before the movie actually starts. And she's like, well, I got to get my bucket of popcorn. I got to get my giant container of cherry Coke. So Michelle's one that wants to get there even early. I'm a just-in-timer. I would love to just walk in and the 37 title cards for all the production companies are just starting to run. All right? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there's so many companies.
So many companies now, A24, and then they're like 18 other little independent operations that made them, who knows? Anyway, so I'm all for knowing exactly when the movie is going to start. So, Fester, you as well, sign me up for that.
Let me know when this guy runs for re-election, and maybe we'll make a donation to his campaign.
Absolutely. a little after 8 o'clock, we'll discuss the plane crash up in D.C. Just a couple of words on a very sad note. When I saw the story break last night, and things unfolded pretty quickly. We had a lot of information. But just in a cursory fashion, before we get a little more in depth, a little after 8 o'clock this morning, as soon as I saw the video, the skyline shot from EarthCam of the American Airlines regional jet, the CRJ 700, on final, and then from the left side of the screen, you see another light, which was the Army Black Hawk. As soon as I saw the collision, the explosion, the news people were talking about, search and recovery efforts. And I said to Michelle, I said, there are no survivors. I said, everyone involved is going to be gone. And it's chilling. It's awful. So you had 60 passengers on this American Eagle regional jet from Wichita into DCA Reagan National. And you had 4 crew. So pilot, first officer, 2 flight attendants. That's 4. And then the 60 passengers. So 64 on board the American Airlines jet, and then 3 soldiers on board the Black Hawk, the Sikorsky. And what caused this? Listen, I've got some speculation. Also, in a pop culture sense, this is kind of chilling. I'll explain.
All right.
And because it reminded me of something from a TV show. So we'll get into this in more depth after 8 o'clock this morning. But thoughts and prayers for family members, all those involved. There has not been a plane crash of this magnitude since 2009.
Is that the Buffalo?
Yeah, it was
flight?
the Colgan Air Buffalo crash. That was a United Express. Remember, the pilot was from Lutz or Land O'Lakes.
Yeah.
The pilot. And that was just, it was bad training. That was complete pilot error on that deal. But then you also had the tail strike. Remember the Asiana flight? Remember We Too Low and remember the fake pilot names and all that? So you had Asiana, that crashed at San Francisco. I think that was 2013, if I'm not mistaken. But all the passengers survived. There was a fatality, I believe,
in the field.
Yeah, people that got off, and there was
an emergency vehicle.
A woman ran over. A woman got run over by like an emergency vehicle.
Yeah,
but I believe all the people on that Asiana actually survived. But that just shows you the number. 30,000 flights a day, and we haven't had a crash like this since 2009. I mean That's unbelievable. Now, the last couple of years, there have been some there've been a lot of close calls, like runway incursions, but
it's not even fair to call this a crash. This is an accident.
No, it's a crash. I mean, it's a midair collision,
right? But when you think of planes, you think of them going down on the side of a mountain or in an icing situation like the Buffalo flight. This is a very avoidable accident.
100% avoidable, and this is going to be insane. Whether it was air traffic control or the Black Hawk did not maintain visual. I'm going to go out on a limb right here and just say I don't think the American Airlines pilot was at fault, but I got to believe the TCAS was screaming, which is the collision avoidance system. All right, so I'll get Michelle on the phone, or attempt to get Michelle on the phone in just a couple of minutes. I'm distraught. I'm absolutely. Where the hell am I going to buy a pasta maker at 3 o'clock in the morning? Okay, maybe Amazon. You see that HSN is leaving town.
I saw.
Oh my God, I feel terrible. I mean, St. Petersburg, Clearwater. HSN, which started did it start in a strip mall?
It did, yeah. With the little horn, Tootie the horn.
Oh, Tootie.
Yeah, remember for extra good special they had like a little bike horn.
Tootie.
Yeah.
Was that it?
And then they had the
oh my God,
the small call center, and they had distribution centers here. Then all the celebrities that came to town to hawk their products.
Oh yeah, I mean Casey Kasem used to come to town with his wife. They used to sell the Casey Kasem's wife baby crib on HSN.
I mean, he was just one of a ton of celebrities that would fly in to do their HSN pitches and fly out.
Hold on, I had to call. I had to call Anthony Sullivan, our buddy. Let me send him a text. Sully.
How many thousands of times was he at the home shopping studios and, on the air pitching his products?
Anthony Sullivan, OxyClean and the swivel sweeper. I mean, Anthony Sullivan spent a lot of time on HSN years ago.
I mean, this is sad to see because I've always, associated HSN with the Tampa Bay area. I think the world did. And then there was like QVC out of like Minnesota or something.
Yeah.
And they merged a couple of years ago.
Let me see if he can take the call here. I'm calling him from my cell phone first so he recognizes it. Instead of me calling from the studio line, he might not recognize that. I texted him also saying, "Hey, can we talk to you?"
Your call has been forwarded.
All right.
to voicemail.
All right, so let me see if he responds back. But, I mean, HSN.
How many people in the area worked there over the course of the years? So many people have a tie there or a connection there. It just sucks.
Wow.
But who's buying crap off a TV
Well,
in the wee hours of the morning anymore?
I'm not an expert on the home shopping situation, but HSN and QVC merged at some point.
I'd be lying if I said I was an expert as well. I think that sounds right. I think I heard that they merged operations to where they were just so similar.
So QVC and HSN, they've decided to shut down the St. Petersburg. I mean, it's right up the street here.
It's a huge building.
Yeah, it's right up where we are. It's right up the street. It's terrible.
How empty has that place been over the last couple of years?
Anyway, so they're closing the St. Pete campus. This is like the end of an era.
Yeah, they merged in 2018.
They announced yesterday they're closing the St. Petersburg home shopping operation, and they're moving all operations to Studio Park in Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We have the deepest appreciation to the state of Florida and the St. Petersburg community for their support and dedication over HSN's 47-year history. We look forward to continuing to delight our customers as we make this transition to our new home. My God, where am I going to buy a special step stool at 2:30 in the morning?
So, you'll still be able to buy it. It's just
I know
out of their Pennsylvania studios.
I know. I got to be honest. I don't even know where to find HSN or QVC on my cable box. I have no idea where they are. I'm just not a consumer. Did I ever tell you the story about somebody I know that used to call HSN and just prank call them and get on the air?
That's fun.
Right.
And they have to smile at the camera.
Right.
You're seeing exactly how they're reacting.
All right. I'm going to tell something. It's a little off color.
All right.
All right. So listen, my thoughts are with everyone that, is going to lose a job locally.
Yeah.
I would imagine that a number of the employees may be offered relocation opportunities to move up to Pennsylvania.
Who wants to move to Pennsylvania, though, really, right?
Well, Michelle does.
Oh, besides Michelle.
Michelle wants me to buy a rolling horse farm in Bucks County. That's what she wants.
Is that what she wants?
That's what she wants. All right, 7:48 at the MJ. Oh, let me tell the story, then I'll try to get Michelle on the phone. All right, so this is a little off color. This is a little blue, but it's not too bad. So I had a friend. Maybe it was me. No, I had a friend that used to love back in the mid to late 80s calling Home Shopping Network and getting on the air as they were taking calls from viewers, testimonials about products, because they'd get people on and oh, I love this. I bought this last week and it's the greatest thing in the world. So they would get people that would give reviews, or sometimes they'd have people ask questions. And I had a friend that used to just make a hobby out of calling HSN and then recorded them all on VHS. Somewhere in a box in storage, I have a VHS tape of my friends, all of the video clips of him prank calling Home Shopping Network over the years.
That's hysterical.
And one of the funniest was, the model is showing an 18-inch gold chain.
Right.
I think I've told this story in the past.
I've never heard it.
Oh, you never heard this story?
I knew
All
that.
right, so
I knew that you and some friends.
the model is showing an 18-inch gold chain,
Right.
and it's a nice piece of jewelry. And so my friend gets in,
Yeah.
and and starts asking questions. Yeah, that's a great chain. I'm thinking about getting that for my girlfriend. And what did you say it was? Oh, it's an 18-inch braided chain. It's whatever. And my friend says, "Hey, can you extend that? Can I see how long it is?" So she like holds out the chain, and then my friend says, "Yeah, that's about as long as my wang." But he used the different.
We get it. Yes.
He used a different word. It's like circa 1987, I think.
You know, it was so easy to get through then.
We apologize for that.
Oh, huh.
And it was easy to get on. So I've got a whole VHS tape of all kinds of prank calls to HSN that a friend of mine made years ago.
I would imagine it's near impossible to be able to get on to network.
Oh man.
Yeah, a lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of that sucks.
Well, we have a couple openings here on the MJ Morning Show. So if you want to apply, send your resume in.
You don't want one of these HSN presenters on this show. You don't want that. And now,
let's go to Julie and find out about this new vacuum cleaner.
Today we have this.
You know what? We did the MJ Shopping Network.
It was such a stilted, and for as natural as they tried to be, an unnatural presentation in this product pitchy environment that they were in.
I'm calling Michelle now. 7:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Michelle is not live in studio. We did put it up for a vote yesterday, and the listeners did want Michelle to appear.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I was just saying that yesterday around this time we took phone calls asking whether Michelle should come into the studio this morning after she had her invasive profractional laser skin treatment yesterday, and the listeners voted yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But folks, if you want to take a look at the video on my Instagram, you will see why Michelle is not here, because Michelle's face looks like the O.J. Simpson murder scene.
All right.
All right, Michelle, does it hurt? It looks like it hurts a lot.
You know, it hurts like immediately after, but then you take a pain pill and then, the pain starts subsiding pretty quickly.
And then she gets all loopy. All right, folks, go to my Instagram. When you get a chance, don't do it while driving. Do not give some motorist an opportunity to call the Kemp Law Group, okay? Do not do this while driving, but when it's safe, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and take a look at Michelle's face. And multiple people are saying, "Oh my God, that is much worse than I ever imagined." You know, you were under-exaggerating. You know,
I was just a little bloodier than before.
Oh my God. Me saying it looks like that, some maniac took a blowtorch to your face, or that you were drunk and fell into a campfire face first, or you were at some Tony Robbins coal walking event and you tripped and you landed on your face.
No, not Tony Robbins, Tony Roma's, where they fire grilled the ribs.
Oh yeah, you fell on the grill at Tony Roma's place for ribs.
Michelle, have you seen the video that he put up on his Instagram?
No.
All right.
All right, should we play this?
It's really,
All right.
it's as awful. I mean, it's interesting, but it's awful.
All right.
Here's why.
All right, Fessy, go ahead and play. Go ahead and refresh, and then unmute, and let's play the audio, folks. You ready? Yeah. And here we go. Oh no! What have I done? What have I done? Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. Michelle, how you feeling?
Okay.
She had the bottom part of her face lasered today with the profractional laser, and I was not exaggerating when I said that it looks like she's been in a kiln explosion, or she's been dragged behind the bumper of a car down bumpy road for 4 miles face down, or that she fell into a campfire while drunk. All right, so listen, this heals up in like 4 or 5 days, and Michelle looks incredible. after this laser treatment. But Michelle, it looks like hell.
I'm aware.
It looks like total ass. Oh my God.
All right.
All right.
right.
I'm taking this video just in case you don't come into the MJ Morning Show tomorrow morning.
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Are you all filled up?
I am.
All right, are you on opioids? You're on the painkillers they gave you?
Yes.
All right, I got to stop it right here. I don't know how much longer this goes on. Michelle, have you seen the video he put up?
She just said no.
Okay, you go look at.
She hasn't seen it.
Here's the thing, Michelle. He keeps the camera on you and your face, which for like a minute of just your face, and you're there with he's talking. It's MJ from the MJ Morning Show. Oh, she looks like a killing explosion. But the whole time we're seeing you, we could have seen you for just like 2 seconds, and it would have had maybe even more of an effect, MJ. But here you just sit there with the phone jammed in her face. And in some sadistic way, I think you really enjoy this. I think you like expose.
I'm an IG sadist.
In this capacity, yeah. Michelle, I think he's totally exploiting you in this.
Oh, come
And
on.
listen, he could have showed it just for a couple of seconds.
Also, do you think that my consent was not completely voluntary because she was in pain and all pilled up?
Listen, I'm all for getting people to sign legal documents.
I'm all for getting views and followers.
Yeah, listen, this is honestly this is a turn off. This is a turn off.
Oh, stop it!
This
Come
is.
on.
I'm telling you. The sad thing is people are going to have to see it to realize how turned off they are by it. You keep your phone jammed in your poor wife's face for a minute.
All right, go.
And you're doing...
Is he gonna lose followers?
Hey, oh, no, Michelle, the worst thing to happen to MJ ever. Oh, no.
All right, folks, it is a gory horror scene.
And you just stay there.
Go.
Show it for a second.
So whatever you do not look at the video. Whatever you do.
You really don't want to see it, people.
Whatever you do not go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Do not view the video 5 times. Do not leave a comment. Do not follow me
That's the sad part about all of this.
Do not follow me at Certified MJ Radio. Do not. Don't look at the video. Don't see what Michelle looks like. Do not follow me, Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Do not.
I mean, he's exploiting you here, Michelle. You should make him take it down right now. The sad thing is this video is out there.
Go look at the video before I'm forced to take it down. Go to Certified MJ Radio.
If Fester says take it down, you must take it down.
Michelle, I want you to see it. It has to come from you. You know I'm only here in an advisory capacity. There's no enforcement behind any of it.
I trust you, Fester.
Dude, you're here in a snack-consuming capacity. Let's be honest.
I got snacks right now.
I know you do. I'm watching you. I
got these new cookies.
That's why I said that.
Look, it's like the airplane cookies. They're fantastic. Anyway, Michelle, you got to have them. You got to look at it, judge for yourself. He leaves the camera on you for 50 seconds, honestly. And he could have had it on you for like 2 seconds, and we would have gotten the whole picture. And he's talking, oh, I wasn't exaggerating. It looks like a kill explosion. Looks like she was
take it down.
hitched to a bumper.
Take it down. Take it down.
No, I mean,
I'm sending all kinds of people to not see this. I can't. I'll tell you what, I'll take it down by tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. All right, listen. Let's discuss it. Fester, quit trying to ruin the bit.
There's no bit
You're
here. Being
trying
honest
to ruin
with you.
You're ruining the show.
Listen, you know the one vow that I struggled to keep, but I promised to take was to be completely honest with you. And this is it. I'm not going to say, oh, it's great, boss. Yeah, I like looking like you. Looking at your wife.
I like that, actually.
Looks like she got too
Oh, my
close to
God. We've gotten 2,000 new views since we just started talking about
Why
this.
are you people doing this? You're just feeding into what he wants you to do.
Do not look at the video at Certified MJ Radio on Instagram.
It is so bad.
Do not. You better hurry and see it before I'm forced to take it down.
And Michelle, it's not that it's so bad that it's not worth seeing. It's you keep the phone jammed in your face for a couple of seconds. He's there for a minute. Like I'm trying to look away, and it's like he's just there.
Go have a snack. Hey, Michelle, can we segue here and talk about the Uber story that we didn't get to yesterday?
No, I can't talk about that right now.
Why not? I promote
I
it.
don't have it. I know, but I don't. I can't think about it.
Well, we can just 30
No,
seconds.
I can't think.
All right.
All right.
MJ, can you tell the story? You know the story, MJ, right?
I know this. Okay, I'll.
No, you tell tomorrow.
Tell it tomorrow.
Yeah, till tomorrow.
Yeah, Michelle's going through a lot right now, and I
All
can
right.
tell by the shiny Vaseline-covered wound that she has on her
All right.
face.
Michelle, will you be in better condition to tell the Uber story tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I will tell the Uber story tomorrow. And I want to know how many people have done this with an Uber or a Lyft. All right, Michelle, listen, anything I can do for you? Because I am a loving husband.
Let me hang up the phone.
All right, goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Hang it. Try to. Oh, there we go.
Took a long time to hang up that phone.
Oh man, yeah. Don't go look at the video. Do not jam up the views, folks. Do not look at the video of Michelle's face on Certified MJ Radio. Whatever you do, do not look at this video. At Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Do not follow me. All right, 8:01 actually at the MJ Morning Show.
Hope you're happy. I'm telling you, this isn't going to work out the way you think.
Hey, Michelle, Chloe just texted me.
What does she say?
Chloe, this is when we were talking about HSN.
Oh, okay.
Chloe says, I recently sat next to an HSN hand model. hang on a minute.
Yeah, those people make money, man. That's a living, man.
Hang on a minute. So I hope she's not out of work. I mean, I really feel bad for all of the... Hey, Chloe.
Stop bothering Mom.
Oh, jeez, I'm getting it from all angles over here.
Did you see the video, Chloe?
Yes, okay.
Chloe told me to post it. Chloe, why don't you admit it? Why don't you say that I should post the video? You told me to post the video. We were after I shot the video and I added the psycho and I've got a knife, by the way. I'm holding an 8-inch chef's knife and I'm doing stabbing motions as I zoom into Michelle's face.
Is that the 8-inch knife that Bourdain recommended?
Yeah, so that is the global, that is the Japanese-made global 8-inch chef's knife, which was Anthony Bourdain's favorite kitchen knife.
Did he say something like that's the only knife you really need?
Bourdain said this is the only knife you really need in the kitchen.
Wow.
The 8-inch global Japanese-made chef's knife.
Look at me getting
All
the
right,
quote
so,
right.
Chloe, what are you going to revise things? You're the one that told me I should put the video up.
Look, if I had to see it, everyone has to see it.
That's not how things work.
I'm a fair kind of girl. Literally, I don't know. I think it's funny. If you see a split second of it, just turn your head away. It's fine. But if you want to see it, then look at it.
For the whole minute of your mother just sitting there covered in chopped meat
All right.
from the cheekbones
Look,
down.
Fester, this whole family makes sacrifices for this man's Instagram.
Yeah, I could tell because, Chloe, the earlier Instagram post is you trying to eat some fish, and he has a camera so close, you're like, okay, you can see in your eyes. It's like, get that camera out of my face, Dad.
Yeah,
Get the camera out of my face, Dad.
There's also video last night of the 350-pound bluefin tuna at Han Hand Roll Bar at Armature Works. They brought in a whole 350-pound bluefin, and then the second video is I zoom in on Chloe's face as she's shoving otoro or chutoro sashimi in her mouth. So.
Yes, and there were so many listeners who then came up afterward and were like, we're so sorry, Chloe. But going back to that, there were so many people, so many wonderful people that we met there last night.
Yeah, a lot of folks. A lot of folks heard me talk about it and came out to the event because we were talking about it on the show. Hey, Chloe, before you have to get in your car to go to work, I want to just follow up on the text you sent me. With HSN, Home Shopping Network, shutting down the St. Pete operation and moving everything up to Pennsylvania, you sent me a text that you sat next to an HSN model at the nail salon recently?
Yeah, she was beautiful.
Did you ask her what she modeled?
I think she does I think she does hand creams. Yeah, because she was getting her nails done.
Did she have long, slender model hands?
She was so tall and skinny and beautiful. Oh my God. But I know she has an agent and she does other jobs besides HSN, so I think she'll be fine, hopefully. But I wish the best for her. I don't think she's listening, but
Did you
hope you're doing
exchange
great.
information so you could see her hand activity on Instagram or something?
How did you find that? I mean, you're getting your nails done next to this woman at a nail salon in South Tampa. How does it come up that she's a model on HSN?
We were just talking. I think we were watching the news together, and then we were just making small talk. And then,
Did you tell her that you're Chloe, the son of MJ from the MJ Morning Show? I'm sorry, the daughter. Did I say son?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, correction.
You messed that up.
All right, did you tell her that you're Chloe, the daughter of MJ from the MJ Morning Show?
I try not to tell that many people that.
Yeah, really. I mean, outside of here, we really don't talk about the show that much.
All right, Chloe, go to work. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, so should I take the video down to Mom or up? I guess that means leave it up.
I don't think it means that.
I'm leaving it up is what I'm doing. All right, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You think it's reasonable to go to do you think it's reasonable to go into a Goodwill store and they have a rug for sale for $6,000?
I mean, everything has a price.
Wait a minute. Is there anything in a Goodwill store that should be $6,000?
I mean, it depends on the value of the rug. I mean, if it's a $25,000 rug.
Came up in my feed. Yesterday, I'm just scrolling on my IG and I see this video of this person, Grace Law, shot a video and she's like, you're not going to believe this. I'm in Goodwill looking for bargains and I found an area rug that was priced at $6,000.
Can't you just swap the tag? Maybe like a $6 rug and just walk it out? No, MJ, if the rug is worth $30,000, right? If it's a handmade, Persian rug or Arabian rug, right? If it's worth a large amount of money, $6,000 might be a real deal on the value of that product. I mean, a deal is perceived as, what the people want to pay for it. So I'm not against this. I mean, I'd be interested to see what a $6,000 rug looks like at the Goodwill. But it's all what the ratio of value is.
She says, want to see something insane? Goodwill wants $6,000 for a freaking rug. 22 by 15.
It's a pretty big rug.
22 feet by 15 feet. Red, blue, and beige. But $6,000? I mean, has there ever been anything that's $6,000 at a Goodwill store?
I mean, sure.
You're buying like stained underwear for like 35 cents.
They don't sell stained
Okay.
underwear. You haven't been to Goodwill in a while, have
There's
you?
no pre-poop stained underwear for sale.
But they do have underwear there.
Right.
Not my size.
Oh man,
What's the value of the rug?
I don't know what the. What do you think about an antique rug appraiser?
I don't know.
I don't even know if it's a damn antique. I have no idea.
Let's take it down to that place on Beta Bay that does rugs right by McDill. I'm wondering who shops there. Who buys Arabian rugs like on a Wednesday?
I don't know.
That's a lot of rugs to pay the rent. But
Yeah, a lot of markup in rugs.
yeah, I guess so. Tell that to the Goodwill folks.
lot of markup apparently in rugs. All right, moving along on the MJ Morning Show. Apparently, women are no longer wanting to date a man in finance.
I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
What the-
I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a man.
Oh,
I'm looking
God.
for finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Remember this?
Finance. Trust fund.
I'd like to hit
6'5",
her with my
blue
car.
eyes. I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5",
Remember that someone did a mix on it?
finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
All right, apparently, yeah, you do want to run her over, don't you? Yeah. All right, so here's the deal. Single women apparently are no longer looking for a man in finance. What are women looking for? What occupations are women more impressed with now for their date and potential marriage conquest?
Plumbers.
How do you know?
No, get out of here.
No, I'm kidding. It's doctors, healthcare field. According to a brand new study, polling of 2,000 singles, and actually it's men and women. It goes both ways. So women are looking for men in healthcare, and women are also looking, guys are looking also for women. And so it goes both ways on this thing. 2,000 surveyed agreed that people working in healthcare make the best partners.
Really?
So the highest percentage, 29%, agreed that people working in healthcare make the best partners. Doctors are the most attractive career for a partner. And then nurses come in second with 22%. So this is totally pushing aside the old women are looking for a guy in finance.
It's not that old. The song's about like a year and a half.
Yeah, maybe within the last couple of years. So additionally, other very dateable jobs include lawyers, scientists, pharmacists, and tech, specifically web or software developers.
Okay.
So there's been a shift. There's no finance. No looking for a man in finance.
I think to give
I'm
the
looking for a
answer
man in finance.
Oof.
to give the answer of a doctor is just a lazy answer.
Think so?
Isn't there also like ridiculously high infidelity rates amongst doctors?
Did you send me, where'd you hear that?
From a doctor friend of mine who talked about all the nurses.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying.
So a lot of doctors fool around with nurses?
I thought doctors was one of those professions where you spend long hours away from home. There's always a lot of other people around. It's a little power of authority type role.
Well, a lot of times they're like 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Did you send me this
I don't know.
about the guy that used to work with Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
Where'd you find
This
this?
was on Reddit, and it had no context to it.
So you just stumble across this on Reddit.
And I read it on Reddit.
Read it on Reddit.
Right. I didn't mean to do that.
And this guy makes a claim. My dad used to work with Ted Bundy at the University of Utah. And every Friday, my dad would say, "See you Monday, Bundy."
I don't even know if this is true.
And I can't imagine how much Ted actually thought about murdering him for it. That's what it says?
That's what it says. And instantly, I thought of your pops. Because he was like drinking buddies with Son of Sam.
No, he wasn't. No, David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, worked at the South Bronx post office that my dad's company went to. So the post office right in the South Bronx, that's where the son of Sam, David Berkowitz, where he worked. And my dad, I guess, talked to him several times at the post office. But also, you got to say Monday,
Like,
kind of the
see you Monday, Bundy.
No. So here's the deal. We've talked about this. There are people that, and it seems that Tuesday is the most common, what I call a mispronunciation. But it seems, like, for instance, I say Tuesday, but there are some people that say Tuesday. And start listening. When people are saying days of the week, and it's not Wednesday, it's not like Wednesday, but it just, for whatever reason, it seems that Tuesday is the most popular day of the week where I consider it a mispronunciation. It's Tuesday, D-A-Y. But if you listen, a lot of people will say Tuesday instead of Tuesday.
Okay.
And I think Monday, I've heard that as well, Monday. But in order for it to be right, if you say see you Monday, Bundy, it doesn't sound right.
But
You
you
got to say see you Monday, Bundy.
See you Monday, Bundy.
See you Monday, Bundy.
A little
Yeah.
rhyming in there.
Monday, Bundy. So,
Or you say, see you Monday,
All right.
Bundy.
ladies and gentlemen, this rando chat has been brought to you by
I
Fester.
just thought it was interesting. And then I remembered your old man, shooting pool with Son of Sam.
Hey, there's a scam going around, and the Humane Society is warning people. And like, how many lost pets are out there? And how are they? I would imagine you've got scam artists that are driving around town, and they're looking for lost cats and lost dog posters up on, telephone
And
poles?
they're trying to call those people to
Yeah.
pull for money out of them?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a scam alert. Scam alert on the MJ Morning Show. The Humane Society of Tampa Bay is trying to get the word out about scammers that are targeting people that have lost their beloved animals, and they're on the search and putting up signs for them. It turns out that there are some scammers that are impersonating employees from the Humane Society of Tampa Bay, and they're even using like a spoof phone call software program to make it seem like when the phone rings, the call is coming from the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. And the scammers are claiming that they're with the Humane Society. They have your pet. The pet needs emergency medical treatment,
Oh, no.
surgery, whatever. And your pet's going to die. We have your cat, Fluffy. We have your French poodle, Binky. I mean, they got to be, driving through neighborhoods?
You know, I
These
think
sicko cretins are looking for like signs where people lost pet reward, and they're calling the number and pretending they're with the Humane Society. And then they say, yep, we have your pet. It needs emergency surgery. You got to send us money right away. And then they try to get you to use PayPal or Venmo or other payment methods, Cash App or whatever, to try to get you to send money. And they don't have your dog. They don't have your cat. They don't have, your gerbil. Yes, Fester.
I have your gerbil right now. Would you like to talk to him?
I want $5 million. I have your gerbil. Yeah.
MJ, they might also be scouring social media.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
like Facebook Market or where on Facebook you leave. Or what's the next door app, right?
Yeah,
The neighborhood apps.
the more local to your community apps.
Right.
But they're calling and they're watch out. Humane Society doesn't operate like that.
All right, so maybe it's they're not just driving around looking for signs. They're also going on the social.
Hey, boss, I took this off a telephone pole.
Oh.
I don't think it was like that, but
All right, so I don't know how many people are losing their dogs and cats on a daily basis, but heads up on this terrible, terrible scam. All right, it's 8:17 at the MJ Morning Show. Shifting gears to something much more serious, and as you know, the MJ Morning Show, we deal with everything. I mean, we try to make you laugh most of the time, but obviously we run the gamut in our content, our material, and there's nothing good to report about this plane crash, this midair collision last night. It's just a terrible, terrible story. The news broke right around 9:30. I mean, the earliest reports were around 9:32, 9:34 last night of a plane crash around Reagan National Airport, right in the middle of D.C., on the Virginia side, on the Potomac. And the news reports started coming out that there's been a plane accident, plane down in the Potomac, and then within really just 10, 15 minutes, the news started trickling out on social media that it was a midair collision. And then a few minutes later, reports of a helicopter crashing into the plane. And then we started getting more details, and I went to my Flight Radar 24 app on my cell phone, and I was able to find the plane, and it kind of eerily, you can track the flight pattern. So you can track the line from Wichita, Kansas, where it left, and you can track the line, and the line stops right in the middle of the Potomac.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's really morbid. And this was a CRJ 700. This is a commuter aircraft. It was flying as American Eagle. I think PSA Air, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of American, and they fly the regional jets. And I think many of you have been on this aircraft, the CRJ 700. I know that I have. And as the story unfolded, we found out that an Army Black Hawk Sikorsky helicopter crashed into the American Airlines commuter jet while it was on final approach to land at Reagan National.
that's awful.
Yeah, flight 5342. I mean, where was the separation? Where was the Black Hawk pilot with his visual. He should have had a complete visual of this aircraft. If I were to make a guess right now, I mean, there are two things that pop out, and you got to be careful because a lot of times some of the early speculation is not accurate in air crashes. But, I mean, to me, it seems like either an air traffic controller error or it's an error on the Black Hawk in not maintaining, visual separation for this aircraft. I mean, the American Airlines flight was cleared for landing at Reagan National. I noticed also that the American Airlines commuter flight left Wichita about 20 minutes late. Do you realize that just a couple of seconds either direction changes the course?
The whole trajectory of everything.
Of everything. You can say that about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just the bizarre, morbid timing. And at this point, it looks like 67 have perished. So you had 60 passengers on the American Airlines commuter, and then 4 crew members, captain, first officer, 2 flight attendants. So that's 4 plus the 64 on the airplane, and then 3 Army soldiers on the Black Hawk helicopter, which it's been described as being on a training mission. But, clearly there was a visual separation problem.
A training mission at 9:30 at night over a populated urban area?
Listen, this is going to be an extensive investigation. The NTSB accident go team does not have to go far on this one. They typically, I think, deploy out of, these local airports because a lot of the NTSB crew is in the, D.C., Northern Virginia, Maryland area. Sometimes I think they leave from Andrews, but this is in their backyard, at the nation's capital. So what a terrible story. Yeah, the CRJ 700 was a 20-year-old airplane. Seats about 65 people, and this had 60, so almost a full flight. And then we hear that figure skaters were on the aircraft. So one of the reports, 2 world champion Russian figure skaters were on board. And then we're hearing maybe some U.S. figure skating members as well. Headline, several members of figure skating community were aboard the plane. U.S. Figure Skating, the organization overseeing the sport nationwide, confirmed that several members of its community were on board American Airlines flight, which collided with the helicopter. So I don't know if it's just the Russian skaters or if there were American skaters on board, because a comment was from the U.S. Figure skating.
So these are Russian-born skating champions. They won their championships in the mid-'90s.
Wow.
And they live in the United States.
So there was some event in Wichita that they were coming back from.
Skating event. That makes perfect sense.
Wow.
They've lived in the United States for 25 years.
A lot of folks are saying, hey, what about that Air Florida flight back in 82 that crashed into the Potomac? That's a whole different story. Now, you had a couple of survivors that were plucked out of the icy waters of the Potomac. I remember coming home it was January of 82. And I remember coming home from school, and this is the early days of CNN. The only, news network then was CNN. And I remember I was 15 years old. And I remember coming home from school and turning on the TV, and I'm going through the channels, and then, live coverage. I remember the cameras on the banks of the Potomac and seeing like a Park Service helicopter trying to pull people out of the water as they're clinging onto debris in the icy Potomac. Whole different story. That was an icing problem. They had erroneous, readouts, and there was ice on the engines, the wings, the pitot tube, whatever it was. There was an icing issue, and the plane, and it was headed to Florida. Air Florida, Flight 90. And they had erroneous readouts, and they took off and didn't have enough power, and the plane crashed into the Potomac. That's different. This is a mid-air collision. Yeah. And I know this is kind of twisted, but what I think of when I think of this story and the news developed last night it's Breaking Bad. And you remember Jesse's girlfriend? She OD'd. And remember, her father was an air traffic controller. And he was so distracted with his daughter's issues that he let two planes collide over Albuquerque. And remember, parts came down in Walter White's backyard in the swimming pool. Remember that?
Never saw Breaking Bad.
Hold on, you've never seen Breaking Bad?
No, it's on my list.
Andrew, same with you? What are you guys, idiots?
It's on my, okay.
How do you not see Breaking Bad? Come on.
Two things can be true at once. I'm
All
not that
right,
bright.
So I've not seen Yellowstone up until like a couple of weeks ago.
What? How could you not see it's the most important thing to ever happen to TV?
What am I, an idiot?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
So
I'm a first-class idiot. Yes.
I don't know. So what are they going to do now? I mean,
There's going to be an investigation.
I saw
They're going to try to recover the black boxes.
one of them has already been recovered.
Okay, so I haven't seen that yet. So you get the cockpit voice recorder and you get the data recorder. So you're seeing they've already recovered one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Potomac's like 20 feet deep on average. So in that area, I think it's like 20, 24 feet. So
It's not a deep river.
no, it's not. The Potomac is not very deep. But just a terrible situation. Our thoughts are with all those affected. What really just makes your heart and stomach sink is when you hear about relatives were waiting at Reagan National, waiting for the flight to land and waiting for their loved ones to come off the plane and pick them up at arriving flights. And then there are reports that some of the people waiting for passengers saw the explosion in the air. Ugh.
All right.
There is audio. And before we move on, there is a little bit of audio here, and you can even hear on the audio recording that air traffic controllers make an audible noise when they see the midair explosion. Listen to this.
Patch 25, zero J in flight. Patch 25, pass behind this zero J. Good separate.
American 4782 by Baton, not for individual.
American 472, Washington Star, 1 star, 32017.
You hear that? You hear
Ooh,
that?
in the background.
Yeah, so that's air traffic controllers in the tower.
2017.
And you can hear the, oh.
2017.
And then, of course, immediately they closed Reagan National. Flights were mostly diverted to Dulles in Virginia, and maybe some went to Baltimore, BWI. But, again, they'll figure it out. But that's just a totally avoidable accident. Totally avoidable to have a midair collision on a perfectly clear night with all the aviation lights flashing and the beacons. You've got the TCAS, you've got air traffic control. I mean, it's literally this aircraft was 20 seconds away. The American Airlines commuter was 20 seconds away maybe from touching down.
I mean, the clearest night. No fog, no clouds, no haze, nothing.
No, totally clear. Totally clear night. And there has not been a U.S. air crash of this nature since 2009. The last air crash of this type was the Colgan Air flying for United Express that crashed near Buffalo, New York. Again, icing issues. The crew just did exactly the wrong things. They were an autopilot. They didn't have the tactile feel of the yoke to feel that the plane was acting poorly. They, instead of going nose down to gain airspeed, they pulled the nose up and stalled. I mean, they're just classic errors, and there's a total pilot error. And listen, unfortunately, the captain of the Colgan Air flight was from Lutz, right here in the Tampa Bay area. And everyone died. That was February 12th of 2009.
But you talk about the safety of American air travel.
Yeah. Oh, and listen.
I mean, it's the safest way.
There hasn't been a crash in the United States of this nature since 2009. You got like 30,000 commercial flights a day since 2009 with almost 16 years? It's amazing.
Yeah, millions of flights.
Oh, millions. And look, now we have had some close calls, some near misses, some runway incursions, over the last couple of years, but still.
Yeah, I'll take those.
And this is really, really, this is strange. So when I walk, I'll listen to music, because I walk about 30 miles a week. I'll listen to music or I'll listen to, a podcast here or there. And one of the podcasts that I've started listening to is something called Flight Safety Detectives. And it's a well-known mechanic who is an NTSB board member. Then Greg Fife used to be on the NTSB crash team as well.
You listen to a podcast named Flight Safety Mechanics?
Yeah. Well, no, Flight Safety Detectives.
So
when
they do a new podcast and they think they're one listener, they're talking to you.
Dude, I'm sure a lot of pilots, a lot of people, it's an interesting podcast.
Okay.
So this is insane. Just last weekend, I was listening to an episode, and they were talking about the Colgan crash and how there has not been a U.S. airliner crash since 2009. I just was listening to them talk about this on the podcast, and I remember I said to myself, I remember where I was walking. I was walking on a Zeal near Hoover. In South Tampa. And I'm listening to the podcast, and I remember saying to myself, man, that's a hell of a stretch that we have not had a U.S. airline disaster in that much time since 2009. And holy crap, here we are just a couple of days later. Oof. That's morbid. I'm sorry, it's a little chilly. I'm getting a little chill down my spine right now. And there was the Asiana crash where they did a tail strike when they were landing in San Francisco. I think I was, 2013 maybe, Asiana? But no one died on the aircraft. It was during evacuation that someone was run over. Asiana was what? That was July 6th of 2013. And then let me get control of this. Let me scroll. And I think the fatalities, was it one? Three. All right. So what I'm trying to think of the fatalities.
I remember one of them was in the field?
Yeah, someone got run over by an emergency vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. But this is upon landing, and of course, Asiana is an Asian airline. But you look at the U.S. airlines, and we have not had an accident since 2009. So unbelievable, and they'll get to the bottom of it. The investigators will have a report. Usually, it's they'll have initial reports, but then the full report usually takes about a year for it to come out.
All right.
Yeah. 3 people died in Asiana, but I'm trying to remember if I remember one was run over.
Yeah.
Like all the crash truck foam, and someone was like in the
it was like high grass.
Yeah,
and the person laid down.
Yeah,
just to get some relief, and they got hit by a vehicle.
Terrible story. And then late last night, I knew that there was not going to be a rescue that was going to be successful. When you see a midair collision, everyone just that was instant for everybody involved. But still, air travel, I have no hesitation. Getting on an airplane. Still, I am much safer getting on a regularly scheduled commercial airline flight than driving home across the Howard Franklin after the show today.
Yeah, I know.
Statistically speaking.
I know, but these are such big events.
And what was the deal on Asiana?
2 passengers were found dead outside the craft after having been thrown from the plane during the accident.
Right, and then one was run over.
One was run over, didn't die immediately, but died at the hospital later.
Terrible. At 8:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Listen, there's no easy way to do a segue here, so you just got to, okay, segue, moving on, something different. Listen to this. This person wants to know, my brother has filed for bankruptcy and has asked me to co-sign for another luxury car.
Ooh.
What do you do? What do you do? Your brother filed for bankruptcy and asks the sibling, hey, can you co-sign with me on a new luxury car? My brother, who drives a Mercedes despite previously filing for bankruptcy, asked me to co-sign for another luxury car.
I mean, is he still in bankruptcy? I mean, is he still going through it?
Yeah, in the middle of a new bankruptcy.
You can't do that, man.
Come on. I mean, I know you love your sibling, you love your brother, your sister, whatever, but I mean, come on. I mean, at some point you got to make financial decisions that are good for you.
So there's a stigma to the word cosigner. Right? Cosigner
Oh,
means,
and listen, you're in the RV sales business.
yeah, the stigma is a cosigner is like, oh yeah, I'll be sure they pay it, or I'm vouching for them, or they're going to buy it with some of my good credit or something like that. When you're the cosigner, you are the buyer. You own it. The cosigner is the owner. And if you're going to do that for somebody, you better be ready to own whatever it is you're co-signing for.
You better be ready to get hosed and lose, right?
Maybe. I mean, hopefully it works out, and I've seen it go, both ways, where you co-sign for somebody and they make the payments, and before you know it, they're the owner, and you maybe eventually pull yourself off of the loan. Great. Other times, you have to make it very clear. I make it clear. If you're co-signing for anybody on anything, you're the owner of it.
Anybody want to comment on this? Anybody in a similar situation? Dude. Hey, you ever have a sister or a brother or a relative
or a kid?
Yeah. Anyone ever ask you, hey, can you co-sign? And you know that they're a financial wreck. Yeah. They're like a high-risk disaster.
You know what usually is?
Credit score of 212.
You know what it is? It's grandparents who co-sign.
Oh, there. And then
Mima. And grandparents think, I'm just vouching for you. No, Grandma.
You're on the hook.
You own this Mercedes.
Yeah. You know what? Grab a couple of calls here, Andrew. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I guess a couple of questions. First of all, would you have any problem telling a relative, no, I'm not co-signing for you? Have you been in this position? Have you been in an awkward position where you had to tell a loved one, no, I'm not getting involved in your finances?
Sorry.
Do you have a story that's gone south? So if you want to comment on the siblings saying no to the brother, I'm not signing after your bankruptcy, I'm not signing for co-signing on a new luxury car, or if you've got your own story, and you're free to... Oh, look at the phones. Phones are lighting up like a Christmas tree. 800... Oh, by the way, speaking of Christmas trees, folks, it is the 30th of January.
Yes.
And I'm still seeing people dumping their Christmas trees as I walk my, 30 miles a week through South Tampa. I'm still seeing people dump their Christmas trees out.
Listen, people keep them a couple of extra weeks.
I saw one with all the freaking decorations still on them.
Yeah, that's not what they want, right?
They want trees that are bare so they can mulch them. But I don't even think they're still picking up... I guess when they do the lawn waste
yard day, whatever.
Yeah, I guess yard day. I guess they'll. But I saw a tree this week that was dumped, and it still had the lights in them. It had ornaments on it. It's like, what are you doing?
Person got evicted.
Right. Look at the phones. All right, every single line on the cosigner question. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I don't have a name. It just says Tampa. So it's skip it then. Okay. He wants me to skip line 1. All right. I'll take Natalie, line 2, Wesley Chapel. Hi, Natalie. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. Good morning.
Yes. Go, Natalie. You're up.
Oh, yeah. So I personally would not recommend doing that. I made a huge mistake co-signing for my, at the time, baby daddy.
Oh.
And yep, and he was very known from his family. Everyone denied him. At the time, I was super young, didn't know any better. I was 19 years old.
Oh, and you co-signed for what, Natalie?
It was a Mercedes at the time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep. He went big on the purchase. His whole family denied him that they didn't want to co-sign.
And you got suckered into it. So you're 19 years old, and you already had a baby with him already at 19?
Yep.
How old was he?
We were the same age.
Hold on, he's 19 and you co-signed a Mercedes for a 19-year-old?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so what happened? It didn't end well?
So he never made a single payment.
Oh, great.
And then we ended up breaking up. I moved out of state with my family, with my son, and I didn't know any better. I didn't really have much guidance from my parents growing up, and I got on the hook, and that was on my credit. So I'm from no credit, being young, to straight down to 420.
Oh, so
at the time.
From no credit to terrible credit.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
All right,
That
so
was a great-
Natalie, what happened? How'd you get out of the deal? Did you have to pay or just repo? What happened?
So they called me constantly because they kept ruining my credit. I didn't know at the time what to do. I didn't have much guidance. So I called them. I was like, hey, if I tell you where you could find this car, because, we're living in 2 different states, can you, please stop, hurting my credit? And they were like, oh, yeah, sure. And then, of course, they just kept bashing my credit. And eventually I gave them a location. They found the car, repoed it. And that was on my credit for about 7 years.
Yeah, but they say that it takes about 7 years. So, Natalie, that was 19. How old are you now?
I'm 31.
Okay, so Natalie at 31 now. Here we are, 12 years later. What is your current credit score?
It's a 720.
Nice. All right. There we go.
Yeah, I have a new husband. Yep, and helped me build it, helped guide me in the right life, and he's got really strong credit. Makes proper financial decisions.
Nice.
And help. Stepped in as father.
And do you have any idea where baby daddy is? Is baby daddy part of your kid's life?
No, he's hiding somewhere in Texas. It's a constant battle with.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yep. So still hiding, still making poor choices.
Oh wow! All right.
Thank you, Natalie.
All right, Natalie, I'm happy that you're happy.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I appreciate that.
Look at these calls.
What if he calls out of the blue and needs help buying a jet ski or something?
Tina in Riverview. Tina, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey.
So I have a story. It's not necessarily a downer one. My husband and I had gotten divorced in 2007. And when we got divorced, I was a stay-at-home mom. I ended up going back to work, but I didn't have any employment history. So I could not get a loan for a vehicle of my own. I didn't have anybody else to ask, so I asked my soon-to-be ex-husband. In the car dealership, they laughed at me, thought that I was full of crap. I was like, I'll be back before you guys close today, and we're going to have a cosigner. They didn't believe me, but we ended up coming in right before they closed, husband, soon-to-be ex-husband in hand, and he cosigned. He said later that night, I got a phone call saying that we were good to go, that my loan got approved with the cosigner. And he was like, oh, my God. And I was like, what? And he said, I only did it because I didn't think it would work. So we ended up, he cosigned, I kept the car. Everything was great. But we ended up getting back together, and now it's his car, and it's paid off, and it's been paid off for 17 years.
He's still driving it?
Yep, it's a clunker. I begged him to get rid of it, and he will not.
Wow, Tina, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
You got it.
Alberto in Tampa. Alberto, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Hey.
Hey, I signed for my brother for a car, okay, in Miami.
Yep.
Then he didn't pay for the car. They called me that he wasn't paying for the car.
Yep.
So I called him. He never answered. I had to go to Miami with my friend and go to the dealership to get a key to steal the car because he was driving without no driving license.
Grand Theft Auto from your brother.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to go to where he lives and stole the car from the parking lot. And then the police called me that they were going to charge me for stealing the car.
They were going to charge you with. But wait a minute. But you're a cosigner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they came in that way, and they said, "There's no way that you can, press charge on me."
All right, Alberto. 2 questions. What is the status? What's the status of the vehicle right now?
No, that was 20 years ago.
Okay, a long time ago. Okay, then the second question is, what's the status of your relationship with your brother?
We don't talk anymore.
Over this car?
Yeah. He got pissed,
No, damn right he got pissed.
Because I stole his car.
Alberto, thanks for the call, buddy. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Man,
okay, you too.
we are getting great stories here.
Wow.
Anthony in Tampa. Anthony, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. What's the story?
I co-signed for my son, and I co-signed for my ex-wife. My son's payments to this day are late every month. He's probably about maybe a month and a half behind.
Does it hose your credit?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Because you're the owner.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and what about the other one?
The ex-wife,
Yeah.
she got sick, and she had passed away.
Oh, God.
But before that, she was missing her payments as well.
Oh, my God. You're getting it for both ends.
Yeah.
So is your credit like in the toilet?
It's right now.
Do you have turd credit?
Huh?
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Isn't it called turd credit?
Turd credit.
They're a turd. All right. So what's your credit
It's
now?
like 600 right now.
All right, that's
You
not
can
good.
You can get some deals done at 600 though, can't you?
You get some get-me-dones.
All right.
Yeah, with high interest
High
rates.
interest.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah. You get clocked.
The bank will get you.
Yeah. They're gonna get you one way or another.
Man, that sucks.
Anthony, I'm sorry. So you learned a lesson not to co-sign for anybody, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's up with your deadbeat son? How old is he?
5.
My son is no, actually my son is 23.
You can't smack him around a little bit and say, "Hey, make your payment on time." You're hurting your old man.
Believe me, I wish I could, but this day and age you can't.
I'd hit him with his own car.
Does he work? Does he have a job?
Yes, he works, he goes to school.
You know what? Take a page out of Alberto's book and steal the car.
Go steal it. Sell it.
Yeah.
Anthony, thanks for the call. Man, look at this. Brenda in Tampa. All right, hey, Andrew, I'm going to take Brenda and Anthony I just finished with. I'm going to take Brenda, Jim, and Miles. So 3 more calls. Brenda first, then Jim, then Miles. Brenda, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, Brenda, what's the story?
Well, I was engaged with this person. I was with this person for 4 years, and he filed bankruptcy. He asked me for a favor. He asked me if I can buy a car in my name, and in 6 months, he can switch it back to him.
Yep.
Well, we went, and he picked a $70,000 BMW.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
I was like, dude, can you pick something a little bit, less expensive? He said, no, that's what I want.
How about a Toyota Corolla?
Well,
how about a Kia? How about what Kia? What's the
a Sorrento? It sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's a SUV. I think.
don't know.
All right, go ahead.
Well, he filed bankruptcy. He used to drive a Mercedes. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Anyway, I purchased the car in my name. No, just in my name, and he was making the payment. No problem. We ended up breaking up.
Uh-oh.
And he dropped the car in front of my house.
Oh, he just dumped it right in front. Oh, my. So
Yeah.
now suddenly you've got a $70,000 BMW.
And the car payment was $928 a month.
Oh, my. $928 a month was the car payment?
Yes.
So what'd you do, Brenda?
I was pulling my hair, I have my own car, I have my own paint, my own bills,
Yeah.
whatever. And my ex-husband, which I have a great relationship with him, he said, you know what, give me the car, I make the payments, I give it to my wife, and that's how he's been doing that.
Wow, that's a nice ex-husband, Brenda. Holy crap. So,
Yes.
and this is going on right now? He took the car, he's making the payments?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is it a BMW
Yeah.
SUV or is it like a BMW 5 Series? What kind of car is it?
It's an SUV.
An X5?
Yes.
Yeah, good car.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brenda. Have a great one. Wow.
Yeah, the boyfriend who filed bankruptcy thought it was really good too.
How many people are we causing to change their minds right now about co-signing for
If you're
somebody?
on the way to the dealership right now to
no.
co-sign for a loved
We're,
one,
we're wrecking.
stop.
We're wrecking some deals right now. We're sorry. Jim in Paris. Jim, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Jim, are you there? Hello, Jim.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jim in St. Pete. Miles is in Parish. Jim, go ahead.
Hey, close enough.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so I've got a pretty good story. So my son, the recluse that he is, has totaled 3 cars so far.
Oh, man.
My wife co-signed his first one. He was 18. He rolled it and smashed it into her storefront. The second car was a hand-me-down. He rear-ended somebody and totaled that one. A couple years later, we helped him out by giving him some down payment assistance on another car. He floated that one into a drainage pond, so obviously that's total. How he survived all of these, I have no idea. As stupid as I am, and you want to do anything for your kids to help them, but I feel like the message I'm trying to send is let them find their own way. When it's clear they're not learning the lessons.
Hey, how about you get your kid driving lessons?
Well, he took his lessons. He passed the course in school, got his license. It's pretty easy to get your driver's license these days.
All right, how old is he now?
But he's 30.
30 years, son.
30 years old. And so this latest mishap is 1 year ago.
Right.
I co-signed for a Lexus for him.
Is that the one that went into the drainage pond?
Oh, yeah, same guy. He made 4 payments and then stopped.
Oh, boy. But he didn't wreck that one, so that Lexus is still intact?
Oh, well, it looks intact, but let me finish.
Yeah.
I made sure that my credit wouldn't fall into the tank, so I made the payments and collected the money from him.
Right.
So when he stopped paying it, I'm on the hook. I'm still paying it now for eight months, plus the insurance. He wrecked that car twice, each time over $10,000 in damage.
Oh, my God.
So now it's in the...
Hey, your son's a menace. We got to get him off the roads.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah. He's in the... that car's in the Carfax history books now. So I can't sell the thing. It's worth garbage. Sits in my driveway.
The Carfax is saying, stay away from this bitch.
Exactly. And I'm still paying for it. There's like 3 more years left, and I'm on the hook for it. It sits in the driveway gathering dust.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you got to hope for a spring hurricane or something.
You know what? What is that? What is that, Turo?
Yeah.
Do Turo car rental.
Hey, that's not a terrible idea,
Yeah.
man. If it's a nice car, rent it out on
Yeah,
Turo. Look into it. It's like Airbnb.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, do Turo.
If that car can make $300, $400, $500 a month just by leasing it to somebody,
It's got a bent axle, wobbles a little bit.
they won't know until they bring it back.
All right, thanks, man. All right, man, crazy calls. All right, one more. Miles in Parrish.
Wow.
Down in Manatee. Miles, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hello. This is crazy. Those were some crazy stories, but I don't.
Hey, can you pick up? Hey, Miles, can you get off of the speakerphone for me?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better. Go ahead.
I don't have a story per se, but just hearing all these stories, it kind of turned me off on doing co-signing.
What happened?
I mean, right now I'm 15. I'll turn 16 in a couple months, but still, I'm probably never going to co-sign for someone in my life.
That's probably the
Just
best
because of
financial
these stories.
decision you could make.
Yeah.
But in the first thing with like the brother who's bankrupt asking his brother to co-sign for him for a luxury car, I'd be like, heck no.
Yeah.
Get your credit up, fix your lifestyle, get a more reliable car.
Yeah, there you go.
Miles, sound advice from the lips of a 15-year-old. You are correct, sir.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, sounds like you're going to be a responsible driver. Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
Have your dad open up a custodial Roth IRA. Start putting your money in that right now. Trust me.
Oh, boy. Man, I had no idea the phones were going to explode like that.
Wow.
Yeah, good stories. Man, we changed some minds, huh?
There are people driving right now to the car dealer to get there at 9 a.m. when they open up. I'm going to sign for you, son.
Girlfriends,
I love you.
boyfriends, kids. Dad, Mom, can you co-sign for me? Honey, can you co-sign? No! Absolutely not. All right, 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Every morning, right around 7:25, we launch over an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ here on the MJ Morning Show, 104.7 FM, Q105. We have an hour to go, and we have a lot of good stuff in the next hour, so do not move. Hey, I got a shout-out quickly to my buddy Kyle, one of my high school buddies, that one of the ones that we're on the text group with.
Yeah.
He's in town. He's down in Palmetto right now.
Oh, good morning, Kyle.
Right on the other side of the Skyway. So Kyle is hanging out with the Story family. They're crashing at their pad down there in Palmetto. And
Is the Story family his family?
It's Kyle's son-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very cool.
They're hanging out, and I'm going to hook up with Kyle. Michelle and I will meet them in the next couple of days. Do dinner or lunch somewhere, or But my buddy from Virginia Beach, Kyle.
Hey, if you go to lunch with MJ, make sure he pays.
Right from Bromfield, in Virginia Beach. Yep. From junior high school.
Welcome to town, Kyle.
8:54 at the MJ Morning Show. So we're back in minutes. Another huge chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. Don't. It is 9:02 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ, Fester, we are still on the hunt for a new cast member on the MJ Morning Show, and I think we're getting close. I think we have it narrowed down to a couple of great possibilities. So I think we're going to have, probably within a month or so, I think that we're going to have a new MJ Morning Show cast member. So maybe it'll coincide nicely with the christening of the new MJ Morning Show studio down the hall.
That's great.
Which, my God, we're going to get out of this Denny's dumpster funk crap fire. After, for those that don't know the history, when we relaunched the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, WRBQ FM Tampa Bay, when we relaunched the show in October of 2020, I was told that we would have a new studio by the first quarter of 2021. And here we are in the first quarter of 2025. And at least there is a new studio being built down the hall.
I physically see it being constructed.
It is.
It can't be that much further away.
So hopefully we will be in the new studio soon. All the equipment appears to be here. And listen, everything I've asked for, they have ordered. Like we're getting a new camera system instead of these janky soccer mom Canon Best Buy 129 handheld camcorder jobbers that we have on MJ TV right now.
Yeah, these little handy cams are like the ones you take to like Disneyland or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, keep it in your pocket.
Yeah, circa 2012.
Right.
Not
even new stuff.
Really, these days, everyone's doing video with their cell phones. So new studios on the way. So I'm very, very excited about this. All right, final hour of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do we end today? All right, I'll tell you what. I got the ooh. You know what's chilling? They keep showing the video of the midair collision on TV. Yeah, they keep showing video of the horizon shot. And then there's another video that surfaced late last night. There's another, like a cell phone video from the gate.
Oh,
so yeah. There's cell phone video of somebody shooting out the window from the gate, and you can see the jetway. You can see another American Airlines flight taxiing on the ramp, and then you can see the midair explosion So there's a couple of videos that have surfaced, and man, the TV this morning just running these videos over and over again. It just sends chills down your spine. All right, this is another. I mean, just think about this. Some schlub orders Jersey Mike subs via DoorDash.
All right, Jersey Mike's is a good place.
Yep, no issue with Jersey Mike. Didn't the dude that owned Jersey Mike, didn't they just sell it to some private equity company for like $7 billion?
I think it was $7.5 million.
I mean, some crazy number. I mean, I'm not a fan of private equity. We'll see what actually happens. Typically, private equity buys stuff, it goes to hell in a handbasket, but that's a whole different story. So, Jersey Mike's DoorDash driver goes in, picks up an order for the customer. The manager of Jersey Mike's has to yell at the DoorDash driver for taking the customer's order into the bathroom.
Oh
my God. Oh, my God. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Can you imagine that?
No, that's gross.
So you don't know the chain of custody on your sandwiches could have been put on a turlet top, you know?
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of restaurants do a really, really good job of wrapping up the to-go orders or wrapping up the food service orders.
But this Jersey Mike's manager just didn't want to have any issue with hygiene. And the manager just flipped out on the DoorDash driver. You know, what the hell are you doing? You know, walking into the bathroom, you pick up the customer's bag of Jersey Mike subs to go deliver it, and then you're making a pit stop and taking their... Why did you go to the bathroom first? And then hopefully wash your hands. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. You know, you're supposed to do the alphabets.
Yeah.
Or twinkle, twinkle, little. You know, you're supposed to do, you know, that's how long you're supposed to wash your hands.
Okay.
Yeah. Andrew sings Stairway to Heaven.
He takes a while.
Right. Why would you pick up the customer's food and then use the bathroom instead of going to the bathroom first and then, you know, grabbing the customer's food?
Well, when you got to go, you got to go. It's just unfortunate that he had to pick up the food first.
All right, so the question is, see, this is why I don't want to use the delivery services. This
the guy
is why
that takes a whiz in the middle of a Jimmy John?
$6.50 with tip. Let me do the math on this one. Yeah, but then you got like the turd sub potentially here.
Yeah.
I'll take the number 2. Ooh.
Oh, the number 2 at Jersey Mike's is overcooked.
No, but you know what? Hey, kudos. And thankfully, the manager of Jersey Mike's just lit up the DoorDash driver saying, what the hell are you doing taking the sub into the bathroom?
Jersey Mike's number 2 is the Jersey Shore's favorite provolone ham and capicola.
That's the number 2?
Yeah.
So I wonder.
Number 1.
I wonder if hold on a minute. I wonder if the DoorDash driver did a number 1 or number 2 in the restroom.
If he did a number 1, it's a roast chicken breast with roast chicken breast Mike's way.
And so the question is, you ordered delivery from one of the delivery services. Are you being handed a poop bag?
I mean, you think about the the condition of their car.
Yeah.
Their dog was probably wiping their butt on the passenger seat before they went
like the doggy butt scrape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
like right across the carpet when they got like something going on up in there.
I mean,
that's disgusting.
I just don't like it.
All right. So, hey, I hate to plant the seed, but the next time you're handed a bag at your front door, did they take your food into the bathroom at the restaurant?
All right. So at least the pizza delivery guys give me the perception of some kind of safety net.
Why is that?
By using the warm bag.
How's that?
You know, because they put it in the warm bag, and it keeps the temperature, like that foil-lined duffel bag that pizza delivery men carry. And I've seen guys come to restaurants and pick up dash orders and put them in like an insulated pouch.
Right.
And I'm thinking, you're a good dasher. But there's other guys dropping 1s and 2s on the way out the door. Ugh. No tip for you.
Oh, man, that just makes your skin kind of crawl. On the food front, do you think if you list your vegetarianism on a dating app, is that a positive or a negative?
Oh, man.
What do you think? Why don't you ponder this over with some Match Game 76 music?
I have to see a picture.
I want to start doing this show with a Gene Rayburn car antenna microphone. That's what I want to,
That'd be cool.
Remember Bob Barker had one of those too. Oh, speaking of Bob Barker, believe it or not, I got a Bob Barker story.
He hasn't done much lately, has
He
he?
has not done much lately. All right, so answer my question.
I mean, again, I'd have to see a picture, but it sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
There is a new study that's been published, and it finds that if you list that you're a vegetarian on your dating app, that's going to hurt your chances of finding a partner.
I mean,
yep. Researchers did a project, 440 heterosexual meat eaters aged 18 to 62, and they looked at dating profiles. They followed up with actual date consummation, looking at whether they were successful in finding a partner. And it turns out that if you let a potential individual know that you're a veterinarian.
If you're a veterinarian vegetarian.
If you let them know that you're a vegetarian, that's going to hurt your chances. So if you are a vegetarian, don't put it on, I would imagine, you know what? If you put you're a vegan, that's probably even worse.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, even a vegetarian, okay, I can understand. And every restaurant has, for the most part, vegetarian options.
All right, this is a long shot. I'm going to give this like 30 seconds to come to fruition.
All right.
Are you on the dating market? Do you have your vegetarianism listed on your dating profile? And are you getting squat?
That's real narrow.
That's what I want to know.
Or are you on the dating apps looking for somebody, and would being a vegetarian be a turn off for you?
Yeah. Or are you a vegetarian and you've listed it on your dating app and you have amazing success? I got to be honest. If it's a guy looking for a woman, and if the woman is really hot, I'm guessing the guy might overlook.
I could get it past a couple of chickpea dinners as the main protein.
Yeah. So,
if they're
hey,
really
listen,
smoking hot.
I'll ask the question. Anyone fit this bill? Anybody looking for a date and you're a vegetarian and you have it on your profile and you're not getting much action? Or listen, hey, prove this freaking study wrong.
Man.
Yeah. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'm thinking about that song, Merry Moon.
Yeah, so
Hold on. Bring that up.
That's all I'm thinking about, man.
What was the name of that song?
Don't eat meat, but you
sure like the bone.
That's all I'm
Hold on.
thinking about, too.
Find that song. Well,
She's a vegetarian.
Yes. Hold on.
Very
All right, well, go to YouTube.
Oh, I thought Andrew was finding it.
No, Andrew's answering the phones.
Merry
Moon song.
New Age Girl.
Dead-Eye Dick.
All right.
It was New Age Girl. Yeah, bring this thing up. Holy crap, I haven't heard this in a long time. Hang on, we have an ad to play here first,
I
or
don't
what?
think so.
Oh, yeah, here we go. So both of us thought of that song.
I was thinking in my head, like, well, who sang that? Who sang that?
Oh, that's great. All right, hey, listen, phone's lit up on this thing.
But you bring up another good point. I never thought about somebody being too ugly to be a vegetarian. Because if you're really ugly, you still want to eat meat?
Yeah. Okay. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Jennifer, she's a vegetarian.
She don't eat
She's
meat.
from Clearwater.
Let's find out.
She don't eat meat, but she sure like the bone.
We don't know that
hey, Jennifer, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Thanks. Good morning, guys.
So you're a vegetarian.
I am a vegetarian, and I find that if I put it on my profile, it helps out just in the fact that I won't get taken to a steakhouse on my first date.
Okay. But what if a carnivore pursued you on these dating sites? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. And I mean, I will make do at a restaurant. I'll eat salad and side dishes like we usually get stuck with at most places.
So, Jennifer, are you a vegetarian or are you a vegan?
I am a vegetarian. I will eat cheese.
Gotcha. Yeah, cheese is good.
Yeah.
you got to do cheese or you're out on the side dishes. You'll be eating salads every time you go out.
Exactly.
MJ's a cheesetarian. He loves cheese.
Yeah, Jennifer, how's the dating life going right now for you?
It's going pretty good. I'm not doing too bad.
And when did you become a vegetarian?
I became a vegetarian about 10 years ago.
And before that, were you like eating ribeyes?
I was eating ribeyes,
Wow.
and it just, I did it I tried to do it for a weight thing, and then I don't get me wrong, man, I do think of a steak every now and then.
What would it take to get you to fall off the wagon?
Oh, man. I don't know if I would fall off the wagon because it's got
What about a bone-in cowboy? Prime ribeye, bone-in. What do you think? Medium rare?
The tomahawk.
Oh, yeah, the tomahawk, yeah. Oh, man.
Maybe a good tomahawk.
That might get you to fall off the wagon?
I don't know. I probably won't. It's more of a consistency thing now.
What about fish? Do you eat fish, Jennifer?
Meat. I do. Every now and then. I will eat fish every now and then.
Gotcha. Hey, Jen, thanks for checking in. Debbie is in St. Pete. Debbie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, MJ.
Hello. Does Debbie do Delmonico?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And steak and lobster all the way.
Okay, so you're not a vegetarian.
No. I tried, but I got weak. So I went the other way.
Hold on, you tried it and you got weak?
I've heard that before.
Well, because you're lacking protein in many cases.
Exactly. I even tried the beans, but I got weak. And I'm like, back to steak and lobster.
All right, good enough. Thank you. Have a great day. Sherry is in St. Pete. Can I grab Sherry?
Sure.
Sherry's on 4. Sherry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, good morning, MJ. How are you?
We're doing well, Sherry. Are you a vegetarian?
45 years.
All right, and have you been married on the dating scene? What's the story?
No, unfortunately, I was widowed at a young age.
Ooh.
But
Well, how old were you widowed at?
37.
Oh, what happened?
Massive heart attack, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you for sharing.
All right.
But anyway, I've never had a problem going out to eat. There are always side dishes, potatoes, vegetables, or even salad if you like. So there are many options, especially nowadays, and most restaurants are out there, and they will accommodate you. So I've never had an issue. And like I said, most of my life since I was 15 years old.
I mean, every restaurant that every time I go to like a sit-down type restaurant, there's always vegetarian options.
Sure there are.
Yeah.
Sure there are. And like I said, I've just never had a problem with it.
All right.
So I just wanted to share that.
And that's why we're taking phone calls, because a research project shows that if a person puts they're a vegetarian in their dating profile, that sometimes they're swiped away. That people would rather go out with a meat eater than a vegetarian. You know, don't shoot the messenger. It's some research here.
We report the news. We don't make it, people.
And I mentioned Bob Barker.
Yeah, what about him?
A few minutes ago. This is unbelievable. So when you go on to, I've got a smart TV, I've got a Sony, and I've got the whole Android TV thing. You get all the apps are listed, and then the suggestions, and it used to be on Freevee, and I think haven't they started to move Freevee over to Amazon Video, if I'm not mistaken, because Freevee was owned by Amazon. But do you know that there is a 24-hour-a-day streaming Bob Barker era Price is Right channel?
Well, it's the Price is Right channel.
No. There's a Bob Barker. It's called the Barker era, and they run just like 70s and 80s. Bob Barker Price is Right episodes back to back to back nonstop.
Yeah, so I have a Vizio TV, and they have their own.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, shut up. A big deal. I have a Sony TV. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a Vizio. Anyway, they have their own networks, their own streaming service, where they have like the Monster Jam channel. They have Law and Crime channel. They have the Bob Barker channel.
The reason why I bring this up, so Michelle and I are watching the Price is Right channel, right? And, you start watching these shows from 1982, 83, and you kind of get addicted. The the contestants, what they're wearing, the prizes.
The hair, the glass,
it's like
everything.
An 80s flashback. It was fantastic. It's like this radio station, with 80s and more. So we're watching The Price is Right, and there was a game that they played where you got Bob Barker dollars, and there were coins. You ever see the Bob Barker, silver dollar? You ever see that?
Dollar coins?
Yeah. So I've got a picture of this thing, and I'm going to hold it up to MJTV. So there was a Price is Right game, and they look like silver dollars. And it says The Price is Right, Bob Barker. And
I just found one on eBay.
That's what I'm about to bring. How much is a Bob Barker silver dollar coin on eBay? How much does somebody want for this thing?
Right now?
Yes.
It's going for $500.
What the? A Bob Barker silver dollar from The Price. It was called the Balance Game.
On the back it says, "Come on down."
Come on down. Oh, did you say come on down? Oh, Fatso Fester. Come on down. Try not to crush anyone on the way down the aisle.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
So it has "Come on down" with the Price is Right logo in the middle, and then on CBS with the CBS eye.
Babs from Wild, come on down!
I've always wanted to go on that show.
Fester on his honeymoon stopped at The Price is Right and even had some dopey T-shirt on trying to get on the show.
We had a T-shirt made that said "Honeymoon in Hollywood."
Yeah. So
He makes for good TV. They should have put you on.
Oh, they should have. But what was someone right in front of you got picked?
So what happens is they do like a quick 2-second interview with you just to see who has charisma. And I was laying it on super thick and and talking about the honeymoon, how we're excited to be here. And next to me was like a World War I veteran.
Oh,
he's like an old man.
World War I vets for Bob.
Yeah,
and then he had that T-shirt on.
And he got picked. So it's like, old man from World War I, come on down. And it took him forever to come on down. I was like, I'm coming down.
World War II veteran, come on down. Yeah, you're the first 4 contestants on The Price is Right. So I don't remember this game until I don't remember seeing this one, but it's the balance game, and they had like a scale, and then you had they gave you a whole bunch of Bob Barker coins, and if you needed them to balance the scale at the end after you do the pricing games, then you could use the coins.
Yeah.
And whatever this. So I said to Michelle, my God, I got to get a Bob Barker silver dollar from 1985. I said, I bet they're on eBay. So we're watching, and I go on my phone to my eBay app, and I search for Bob Barker's silver dollar coin. And there's a bunch of them. $500.
I mean, this is the first one I found. I'm looking at another one, MJ.
Actually, the one I printed out is $349.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm looking. Look at this one here. This is in really beat up condition. This doesn't look.
What, did someone drop that in the garbage disposal?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the garbage disposal game.
So Babs works at one of our other stations down the hall.
Yes.
So you've always wanted to be on The Price is Right?
I've always wanted to be on The Price is Right. I wanted to be on Flavor of Love, Rock of Love. There's a bunch of TV shows.
What about Temptation Island?
I would love to be on Temptation Island.
Yeah.
I feel like I would make for good TV, right?
Well, you would.
And I'm all about the team swirls.
Have you ever applied for one of the reality shows?
Fester tried to get me to do Love is Blind.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
But I heard that you really have to marry the person.
No,
right?
it's a possibility. I mean, most of them don't get married, but Love is Blind is fantastic. And they should do it. I feel like they should do a Tampa-based Love is Blind because it's based in a city. So everybody has geographic proximity to each other.
Right.
And they did Charlotte a couple of years ago. And it was a great episode.
What about Herpes Island?
Oh, hell no.
I would be the mayor of Gonorrhea Island.
Gonorrhea Grotto.
Gonorrhea Island. Welcome to.
Yeah, no, but I do want to do that show, so maybe I'll submit my tape. I know they're still looking for people for the season that they're going to do in Tampa, so they are going to do a season in Tampa.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
MJ's not a fan of Love is Blind. He doesn't. You haven't gotten engrossed in a couple of those.
No. But I'll tell you what, you put Chlamydia Island on TV,
I'll watch it.
I'd watch it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Babs, thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Hey, if you want to hang out, we got another segment to go. Hang out.
Yeah, for sure.
You're more than welcome to, Babs.
Yeah, we got a job opening on this show, by the way.
She hasn't heard.
9:26 at the MJ Morning Show. The final chunk is next here on a Thursday. Oh, would you like to hear the latest lick? The latest lick. Would you like to hear the latest list of luxury baby names, which they say will guarantee your baby's success?
I'd rather hear the latest lick of baby names.
The latest lick is next. So stand by. Oh, a sicko nurse story. A nurse and twerking.
What's so sick about that?
All right, wait till you hear the details.
If I'm in a hospice, that's all I want to see.
Well, hold your horses there, Spanky. All right, seriously, the twerking nurse. You got to hear this. That and a whole lot more. We're back in seconds. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next on Q105, 104.7 FM. All right, final Chuck MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday, 9:34. Fester, me, MJ. Babs from down the hall has dropped in on the program for the last couple of segments. Great to have you in.
Thank you. Should I call myself Barbara since it's kind of more sophisticated?
Oh, yeah.
Barbara.
Oh, yeah, like Barbara Streisand. Must have read my mind because you know a thing or two about twerking, don't you?
I love twerking. I'm in Ybor City every weekend twerking.
All right, so listen to this.
Yeah.
A sicko nurse has been arrested for shooting videos of her twerking on disabled patients' heads.
Yep, I seen it on TikTok.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
You saw her video?
Yeah, it went viral on TikTok.
Oh my God. A Georgia healthcare worker was arrested for allegedly dancing suggestively on the heads of disabled patients in viral TikTok. See, this is why TikTok needs to be shut down.
No way. This is why it needs to be kept, MJ. I'm telling you right now, I know a couple of disabled vets, and all they want is for a nurse to twerk on their head.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
and you heard of the Happy Hands organization, right?
And then she's smirking in her mugshot. Did you see this?
I did.
And let me hold this up to MJ TV. Look at this. She's smirking.
She
And
looks
then-
like me a little bit.
You know, I was going to say that.
Yeah,
I was gonna
without
say-
my wig. She doesn't have her wig on either in the mugshot.
I was going to say, now, you got to look at this. I'm going to hold this up to MJ TV. That's her twerking on a disabled patient's head.
Awful.
She's literally on top of the head, and it's like in front of a mirror, and she's shooting the video into a mirror while she's twerking on someone. I mean, this is awful.
This is the one service the VA should provide to our servicemen and women who've so bravely served our country.
One of the alleged videos shows Lucretia Cormassa Coignan, 19, of Loganville, Georgia, grinding on the head of a shirtless man sitting in a bathtub before she reaches into her pocket for a pill box and then pops the pill in his mouth.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Oh, my God.
I would have loved for that to have been my dad.
Now, to Fesser's point, there is an organization called the Happy Hands. I don't know if they're still around, but basically,
That sounds like a place ripe for a police bus. All right.
they go out and take care of disabled veterans.
All right.
willingly
Oh,
though.
okay,
but
okay, this-
yeah. So like,
Really?
yeah, like you can go and dance on them.
not
so,
not one of the places on Kennedy.
No, not one of the places on Kennedy.
All right.
No. So yeah, let me not say too much on my first time on air. I'm Barbara. I'll be more sophisticated.
Yeah,
I'll tell you guys off air about that.
First time talking about
the Happy Hands organization.
Happy Hands.
Okay. All right, so she's recorded these numerous nauseating videos, posted them on TikTok, then reposted them on Instagram.
Yep.
See, I'm on IG. Oh, did you see Michelle?
No.
Oh, you have to see this.
Hold on. We'll get to this in a second. Michelle was going to come in today, but she had the second part of her laser facial treatment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to show you a video. Do you follow me?
I do.
All right. So don't look yet. I'm going to tell you when to go look at the video.
Okay.
On my certified MJ radio, and I want to get your honest, immediate response, unvarnished. Okay.
Okay. Let me just pull the page up before I look at it.
All right.
So-
No.
I'll do it on my computer.
No, I wanted to see it, so she just had to come over to your computer. I don't want to get her off mic.
We can share
All
the
right,
screen.
you can open it up, but not yet, because you'll see that if you open me up, you're going to see it right away. Because it's tough. So back over to Lucretia. Have you ever known any Lucretias?
I know a Jew Keisha, and I probably
Hold on, a Jew, a Jew Keisha.
but it's spelled J-U.
Is she a member of the tribe?
Yeah.
Is she,
I don't think she's a member of the tribe.
was she bat mitzvahed?
No.
Jew Creature.
I have
It's
a feeling
just J-U, Keisha.
Jew Creature.
it's more like Jukisha,
Yeah.
not Jukisha.
But she says it like Jew Keisha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, how else would you say it? I mean, she's part of a totally different
Oh
group.
my God. The disgusting twerking, the lecherous dancing, according to the Post, was reported to the Loganville Police Department, executed a search warrant at Lucretia's home on January 23rd. Oh my God. I was appalled and disgusted that anyone would create such a video featuring a disabled person, according to the police chief.
Oh, come on, Chief.
Yeah, Chief Lowry. Wow. Anyway, a sicko nurse twerking on disabled patients' heads and then posting it on social
Now,
media.
the one dude did look like he enjoyed it. The one, not the one in the bathtub, but the other one.
He's in a vegetative state. How can he enjoy it?
She posted what he said.
Yeah, she had like a
come
series.
give me a hug.
She had like a series of videos.
God.
The one that's making the rounds is the sleeping guy in the tub.
All right, Jukisha, you ready?
Yes.
All right. So
Let's go.
I-
That's
I-
a good name for the radio, Jukisha.
all right. So go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio.
Okay.
All right, look at the video of Michelle.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Oh
right?
my God. This is the results of the facial?
Okay, no, that's not the results.
So-
That's the immediate aftermath,
Right.
but not the results.
So the result in like 5 days is her skin. I mean, Michelle's 54.
She looks great.
But she looks like what? She might be in her late 30s, early.
Yep.
Right?
She looks great.
Yeah, Michelle looks fantastic. And so does it look like I OJ'd her?
It does.
I mean,
This is insane.
it is insane.
How much is a facial like this,
Uh,
by the way? It looks very expensive.
Well, it's something. It's a profractional laser,
Mhm.
and she had look at the top. So she had her forehead and the above the nose she had done last week, and it healed up. And then this is the second half from the nose down that she got yesterday, folks. It looks like a murder scene. It does.
It does.
And I did do a stabbing action with a kitchen knife. Roll the beginning of this thing, Fester,
Let me pull
so
right away.
listeners can hear this thing. And go. Oh no! What have I done?
People probably would think you did something to her.
Hey, it's MJ. All right, you got to see this video before I'm forced to take it down.
I mean, MJ, if this were evidence in a murder trial,
Oh, I'm done.
I would believe it.
I'm
I'd be
cooked.
Like, oh, look at this.
I'm visiting old Sparky.
I'm surprised Instagram didn't flag you for this.
Why?
Like, they
Why?
didn't remove it because they remove stuff like this.
Why? She just had a facial treatment.
But it looks like she was harmed, especially when you're daggering the knife at her.
Oh, so you think they could take this down?
Yeah.
Really?
Instagram doesn't stand for this violence. I mean, you're sitting there with a knife on the side.
Oh my! Instagram. Oh, folks, you better go look at this thing before Instagram removes it.
Yeah, it will flag you.
Certified. Oh, and will they suspend my account?
No, so they'll block you from certain things first. So they'll be like, you're blocked 30 days from messaging people back.
Oh, geez.
They'll give you a couple of warnings.
So should I just take this down unilaterally, voluntarily?
No, you know what? Let's do an experiment. Let's see if Instagram will remove it.
All right, so folks, go look at this video before something happens. Certified MJ Radio. That's my Instagram, and give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. And then, of course, you like sushi, right?
Love sushi.
So there were 2 other videos before I posted this when I got home. I took Chloe to Armature Works last night. Have you been to Armature Works? Obviously,
for sure.
So you have the Han hand roll bar, the hand roll sushi. They're pretty new, and then Zuku Sushi's right next door. They brought in a 350-pound bluefin tuna that was Mediterranean caught, Spanish caught bluefin tuna, and they brought it in and they cut it up last night and they served it, Lunar New Year celebration.
Yeah.
And there were 2 videos of the fish and then Chloe shoving her face with this delicious sashimi and hand rolls at Armature Works at the Han, H-A-N, hand roll bar. So there are 2 videos also on my Instagram. I don't think they're going to take those down, but I might be suspended because of the Michelle murder scene.
For sure.
I mean, look at the thumbnail photo that he used back.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like she's like dying in an alley.
I love Michelle, by the way. I have a question.
Yes.
Was she upset that I only showed up to 1 meeting of the book club and then never read any more books after that? I'm kind of like,
no.
So that's why I'm nervous to like see her.
No, she's not so Michelle and a few friends had a book club going where the girls would come over and they would read, they would discuss the books they read. They would choose like a title, they'd all read it, then get together. And the book club, I think that was the only meeting of the book club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it never met subsequent times?
I don't think the book club ever...
There wasn't like 20 meetings?
No.
Everybody's like, well, where the hell's Babs?
I was hungover and I just felt like so out of place and bad. Like,
not a big reader?
Anyway, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have you over at my house.
I love you, Michelle. And yes, MJ, I'll come back anytime.
All right.
Very nice neighborhood.
Before you roll... and before we re-roll, it's 9:44, so we got to shut things down. I've got the list of luxurious baby names that it is claimed that this will enhance your kids' chances for success in life. So what are the names on the list? So name your kids these names, and they could be set up for a sweet life.
All right, I'll tell you right now. If Jukisha is on the list, I'm going to freak out because that would be awesome.
No, I don't see Jukisha. All right, so it's going to be some men or male and female names.
All right.
The first one is Valentino.
Okay. Sounds like a rich Italian boy.
Yeah,
name.
Valentino. All right, next, Adelaide.
What?
It's an Australian city, Adelaide, Australia.
Yeah, prestigious name.
Yeah. Leopold.
It's a guy name, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a guy name. And of course, Leo would be the...
Yeah.
Leopold. Next is Anastasia.
That sounds like a stripper name.
That does. I mean, she's right.
Or like some kind of Russian, royalty, some kind of story about, the Anastasia story.
An oligarch's daughter or something?
Amara.
Okay.
Amara. Amara means eternal.
So far, this is a terrible list, by the way.
Yes.
Zephyr.
What?
Like Zephyr Hill?
Yeah, right. Like the pride of East Pasco?
Right next to Dade City, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Like Zephyr Hills.
Zephyr. Chanel.
Chanel. Definitely a stripper
name.
That is a stripper name.
Babs is right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, speaking of strippers, did you see the movie Honora?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No.
You have got to see the movie Honora. Anora. It is phenomenal. Believe it or not, strippers and Russian oligarchs. Seriously, in Brooklyn. Seriously, it is one of the best movies I've seen in the last year.
Is it an indie film?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
what's the guy's name? Baker, Sean Baker. He's done a lot of? I think it's Sean Baker. He's done some good stuff.
Is it on streaming for free yet?
I don't.
That's
think
what I want to know.
It's not streaming free yet.
'Cause I ain't paying to see anything.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's the second coming of Christ. If it costs $19.99, I'm gonna wait.
We got to hurry here. Jasper.
Jasper. That's about as backwards a name as
It
you
is.
can get.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
sounds
Jasper.
that sounds like all Dukes of Hazzard, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dad, I finally made it. I got into junior
All right.
college.
Jasper is like, now, 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 now.
Dude, the blind inbred kid, his name was Jasper.
All right, next is another stripper name, Sapphire.
Oh yeah, Sapphire, definitely.
I mean, she's working on Adamo Drive.
yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
She might be working on Del Mabry. Who knows?
I'm going with Adamo. All right, Sapphire, Geneva.
Geneva. These are kind of slightly. Jukisha might as well be on this list.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them sound
Geneva.
multi-ethnic little names.
Yeah.
You want to know the dumbest name if you want to set your kid up for failure?
What is that?
Cody. Cody. I swear, I've never met a successful person named Cody.
What about the brothers? The boxer guys.
No.
Jake Paul and Cody Paul.
No,
his name's
Logan.
not
Jake
Logan.
Logan.
Okay, my
It's
bad.
Logan.
Okay, yeah. He looks like a Cody.
Cody's the name of the guy they punch for practice.
So I've known some good Codys.
Just can't think of any, can you?
Yes, I can. I can think of a couple of Codys.
Not me.
Yes, I can. Well,
Not one.
I can.
Cody's the dumbest, laziest. It's the second laziest name behind Guy.
Yeah, you might be right. Now that I think about
Who
it.
names their kid Guy?
We got to go. All right, folks, 9:48 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's bring the Thursday edition to a close. If you have not seen the Michelle laser facial video, you better see it before. Apparently, I'm suspended by Instagram. All right. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. If you need to get a hold of me, I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. And, of course, my DMs are open on Certified MJ Radio. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna.